Welcome everybody. Thank you for playing in this game. This is the Rats of Ilthmar, DCC number 11, and it's going to be on sale in the Goodman Games online store very soon. Probably it will go up for sale as we are broadcasting this live. One of the
Wait, what?
Yeah, totally. Jim's gonna have to log off for a
I'll
second.
be right back, guys.
One of the cool things about this particular stream is we're going to be premiering some custom-made assets for this game that will be on sale at some point. So you get to see some custom painted hand tokens or tokens for the PCs and some custom hand painted maps coming up. So with that being said, I'm going to kick us off into the adventure, and then I'm going to also ask each of you to do some introductions to your characters, and on screen I'm going to blow up your tokens so that those watching the stream can see them. So let's start with a little background. So you never expected to be working for the Overlord of Lankhmar, but when his underlings came calling with offers of a generous reward for a single night's task, it was difficult to rebuff them. That decision led you here. You stand in the filthy alley in the dirty city of Ilthmar. The soiled baked brick buildings around you cast shadows into the narrow thoroughfare, obscuring you from the early evening foot traffic just beyond the alley mouth. Everywhere you look, rats peer down at you, motionless observers of stone and paint that seem to decorate every structure in the trash-strewn city. As the sun sinks into the harbor beyond the buildings before you, you reflect on the task ahead of you. So, first thing I want to do is introduce our white wizard, Omix, played by Haley. Haley, can you tell us a little bit about Omix? Just a quick intro.
All right. Are you talking like physical description?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Almix is a white wizard. I don't know what else to really say. I have a mark on my forehead that looks like a jug. Yeah, I don't really know what kind of description.
That's fine. That's fine. You're very distinctive. You have a monocle, dark skin, and yeah, you're marked by Isaac. Yolana, let's ask you to briefly describe yourself.
Well, that sounds great. Thank you, Judge Terry. So Ilana, a thief from the cold waste, fiery red hair, as you will probably be able to see from the token. Likes to wear leathers and furs. You know, it's good to look good while you're in the city. And the reason she prefers the city is because she had a bad experience on a boat one time while they were out cod fishing, and she's prone to seasickness. So likes to keep her feet on dry land and has a bad temper, which often leads to a berserker rage. So, yeah,
watch out for her. All right, so let me give you a bit more background. So there is a threat to Lankhmar. All right, so the Overlord spies in Ilthmar informed him that a lost relic sacred to the rat god has recently been discovered in the eastern lands and had been returned to the city of the Rat and Shark. This relic, the left hand of some obscure saint beloved by the rat sect, is said to have the power to rot grain and summon gnawing vermin. Further rumors emerged that an unidentified noble of Lankhmar was in league with the rat god's followers to bring the relic to the city of the Black Toga. Once in his or her possession, they'd use the relic to devastate the metropolis's grain stores and drive the price of wheat up to astronomical heights. It is your job to prevent this from happening. And so now let me ask Mike. Mike, can you please give us a brief intro to Nabu?
Yeah, Nabu is a thief from the Eastern Lands. Nice short pointy beard. Always wears a black cloak, leather armor, and is never seen without his short sword. Formerly a harem guard, he has witnessed all kinds of shady business, let's say, and he's known to be fairly fearless, standing up to foes significantly larger without backing down.
Awesome. Well, it will be interesting to see that in action, Nabu. Efu, which I will pronounce correctly for the stream. Can you give us a description of yourself?
Sure. Afu is from Lankhmar. Grew up in these hard scrabble streets. Even though he has flowing blonde locks, and the most noticeable thing about Afu is that half of his face has been disfigured, so he's easily recognizable.
Nice. All right, so let's give you a bit more background. What is your mission? All right, you're in Ilthmar. You know there's a threat to Lankhmar, but what is your mission? So the mission, thanks to the not-so-tender administrations of the Overlord's black-masked torturers, a rat god priest provided pertinent information regarding the relic. It is said to be shipped to Lankhmar under heavy guard on the morrow, leaving you just tonight to acquire it. If it is anywhere in the Rat Temple, it is likely secured in the catacombs beneath the fane. I should read that again. If it is anywhere in the Rat Temple, it is likely secured in the catacombs beneath the fane. It is your mission to enter the temple, locate the catacombs, acquire the relic, said to be a coffer large enough to fit a man's hand and decorated with gold and jewels, and get it out of Ilthmar and into the Overlord's hands. The priest revealed that tonight, the evening of the Day of the Rat, is sacred to the Rat God. A high rite is to be conducted in the main tabernacle, and the upper temple is likely to be crowded with worshippers. You will have to tread carefully, lest you bring the entire wrath of the Rat God's faithful down upon you. And finally, let me ask Zax and Kaja to introduce themselves. Zax, you first. Tell us about yourself.
Zax is an imposing warrior from the Mingle Steppes. He makes cowards of men, hence his lucky battle axe is called the Coward Maker.
Awesome.
He is an agent of Isek of the Jug. He's quite uncivilized as far as the city folk of Ilthmar and Lankhmar would suggest, but he's quite at home out in the open, in the freedom of the steppes and outside the cities.
Great, thank you. And while we're on that, back to you, Efu. What is the name of your lucky longsword?
It is Incisor.
Incisor. All right, perfect. All right, so warriors, please make sure to invoke the name of your lucky weapon when you attack, so that you get your full benefit from it. And then finally, last but not least, the Black Wizard Kaja. Tell us about yourself, please.
Yes, I am Kaja, the Black Wizard who hails from the Cold Waste. I am an agent of Shielba of the Eyeless Face, and since I am a practitioner of the Black Arts, I have heard that the Black Arts can be corrosive to your soul. So I worked with Shielba to create this little poppet. And this poppet that I carry with me carries a fraction of my soul within it. And all of the black magic that I perform is funneled through this poppet, so that it's not my soul that is blackened by this art, but instead the soul of this little puppet that I carry with me. And like my red-headed other adventuress with me, what is her name again?
Yolana.
Omix or Yolana? Oh, the redheaded. Yolana.
Yolana, yes. Like Yolana, I am also a fiery redhead. When I originally moved to Lankhmar, I had a fiery red mullet, but I have since changed my look, and now it's a fiery red mohawk. And yeah, that is Kaja.
Nice. Mullets are so 80s. Let's leave them there, right?
It was time for her to get back, to get into the modern day.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. All right, thank you very much for the introductions, guys. So I am going to change screens on you. And actually, no, I'm not. I take that back. Sorry. I got to give you one more bit of useful information, and then we'll kick into business. All right, so you guys are outside the temple. The Temple of the Rat is a large structure close to the docks of Ilthmar Harbor. Its central sanctuary rises 2 stories above the ground, while a smaller wing measures a single story, extends off the main temple. A 12-foot wall appears to encompass a courtyard or garden along the temple's northeastern side. A broad plaza with a public well lies in front of the temple. The plaza sees steady traffic of Ilthmarts coming to draw water or simply passing through the plaza on other business. The sun is setting, however, and as night falls, so will the amount of foot traffic. As you observe the plaza and the temple, you see worshippers arriving at the temple. They come in small groups or in pairs. These people largely appear to be of two types. The first are clothed adherents dressed in robes, seemingly made from woven rat hair.
Nice.
Yummy. Each is barefoot and carries a slender willow wand whip. The second appear to be church officials, likely deacons or underpriests. These individuals wear rat masks and carry larger, more substantial ceremonial whips, but are otherwise unclothed.
Unclothed except for their whips?
The whips and there's little bits of rat covering.
Yeah.
So, I've given you a crude map of Ilthmar, which you can see on your screen. Your tokens are in the ocean, but that does not mean that your PCs are in the ocean. I'm just getting them out of the way of the map. So your first task is to figure out how to get in the temple. So I leave that to you. What would you like to do?
Well, my friends, is that a well I see? Is it a well, Terry? That's
It
in the
is
center?
indeed a well, and people are drawing water out of it, kind of gathered around it, passing by it. It seems to be a focal point of the thoroughfare here to get water.
Now, I'm not a learned man, but if the treasure awaits us in the fane underneath, and that well happens to go underneath the streets as well, perhaps we can get there from scaling down.
Sounds reasonable.
But there's a big crowd, though, right, Terry?
There is a crowd. There's a crowd. You think the crowd's going to diminish as the sun goes down? Say you've got maybe 15 minutes or so before the sun goes down. As you're checking out the well, you're noticing maybe every minute or so there are people dressed up with rat masks and these sort of makeshift whips that are coming through the front doors where I'm pinging. And then every 5 minutes or so, you see a couple what seem to be underpriests that have more fancier whips, sort of fancier rat masks that are obviously more important than the worshipers, and they're also coming in there. So there's a steady stream of people flowing into the temple while you're checking out the well.
So Ilana, while my comrade is checking out the well, at the very least, I think we should do a quick reconnoiter around the building at a brisk pace, just to see if there's any other windows or obvious doorways other than the front door itself.
Okay.
I think there's this door here.
Correct. So there is definitely a door on the other side of the wall. As I mentioned, this wall is not too high, and looking at it, the thieves in your group see that it seems pretty easily climbable. If you wanted to scale either the wall or the temple's walls, they look pretty easy for you.
Now, I liked Zach's thinking about the entrance through the well, which also gets me thinking, what is the likelihood that there would be some kind of a drainage pipe from the temple that leads out to the river immediately behind it?
Good call.
So Jeff, make me an intelligence check, would you please?
Oh, I was just rolling a real die. Okay, so pull
you
up
can
the
do
character
this-
sheet.
Yeah, pull up your character sheet. You go to core stats, and by intelligence, there'll be a little button that says intelligence check.
Oh, I see. Trained and untrained?
You're trained. You're trained in using your mind.
An
All right.
8.
An 8. So, one thing that you don't know much about these, but you have heard that Ilthmar is sometimes called the City of Sharks.
Okay. So perhaps getting in the water is not the best idea.
It's scoping out the bay side, the north side of this building.
Yeah.
How much foot traffic am I seeing back there?
Not so much. The north side seems to be significantly less traffic than the front. All the worshipers and priests are going in through the front door. There are people around the well. This is kind of a main thoroughfare. The harbor business right now is not too bustling, so it's a little less attention on the north side.
Yeah, I mean, we could climb from the back and check the rooftops, see if there's anything. It's not super clear. I'm assuming what the difference between the two buildings that are represented.
Yeah, so all I can say is that the front one is definitely taller. So this looks like kind of a 2-story building, and this back one looks kind of like a 1-story building, if that makes sense.
Terry, I hate to interrupt.
Please do.
I'm not seeing the same map, I think, as everyone else.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing one with lots of walls and doors and different colored rooms.
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me, I think I know a way to solve that.
Way to cheat, Jim.
Nice. All right, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I'm already in the building, so I know exactly where we got to go now, guys.
All right, so I have removed all tokens from that layer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch you guys to a dummy layer for a second. All right, so you guys should see sort of a white layer with just a lot of generic tokens on it. You guys all see that?
Top view.
All right.
Destroy him.
All right, so now I'm going to switch you back to the layer. And Jim, tell me if that fixes the problem.
Okay, now I am on the one that says Ilthmar, and it shows the temple.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that. Thank you for speaking up.
Just got to be different.
Well, you'll notice I waited to speak up until I got a really good feel for what the building looks like inside. So,
All right. So Nabu, you were entertaining notions of climbing?
Yeah. If there's not much foot traffic in the back, and if I can get to a spot that I think where the front building would be shielding, so as close to kind of this area here.
Yeah, great idea.
And just kind of climb up there and see what the roof of that area looks like.
All right. Make me a climb check. You can do that from your character sheet under the class tab. I think you'll see climb shear services. Oh,
22.
Yeah.
Is that good enough?
I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough, Nabu. So you easily climb up to the top. And like I said, just eyeballing these walls, it looked like it was going to be not much of a problem. The roof is mostly featureless, but one thing that you note is there is a window in the roof that looks like it could be opened and passed through.
I am going to, while I'm up here, I want to go belly crawl, basically, because I'm trying and stay on the harbor side.
Okay.
Just so people out in the streets on this side are less likely to see me in the... It's approaching twilight right now, right? We're...
Correct.
Okay, so I've got a little cover, hopefully, from it starting to get dark. I want to kind of belly crawl across that and see if I can see in that window.
Okay, so you're gonna belly crawl and peer into here, right?
Yep.
Okay. So once you get up to the window, one thing that you note is that it's locked. So you're gonna have to somehow finesse that lock or either break the window, one of the two. But you peer down inside, and looking down there, you can see a room that is lit. It's not too large. It's maybe 20 feet by 25 feet, something like that. And let me give you a brief description of it, just so you know what you're seeing. You can see 4 shabby cots, and there's blankets and a low table holding a small iron idol of a crouching, naked, rat-headed and tailed man. And the bed and the idol seem to be the only furnishing. There are simple robes and other clothes hanging from pegs driven into the walls. But besides that, the room looks to be otherwise empty.
Okay. While I'm up here already, I'm gonna move over to behind this where the second story goes up,
Yes.
and just kind of try to inch up, pop my eyes up over the top to see what the top of the building, the temple building looks like.
Okay, so you're not tall enough to do that,
Right.
so you'd have to climb that. It's only like 10 or 15 feet to get up
Cool.
there, but you'd have to climb to get up to the top of that.
All right. 20.
20. All right. So
Wow.
you make it to the top, and I'm gonna pause here because I want to make sure that if others want to be doing something, we can be doing that simultaneously. So, the rest of you, is there anything you want to be doing while Nabul is scouting out the roof?
I think while Nabul is scouting out the roof, he went in from the back entrance or the north entrance. So I'm going to make sure that nobody is noticing him and create any distractions if people start looking for him up on the roof.
Oh, that's nice. Please. Oh, you know, one thing I forgot to do, folks, is give you your initial fleeting luck. What a bad
Oh,
GM
yeah.
I am. Or maybe I have an ulterior motive. Who knows? But anyway, you guys should all have fleeting luck now. And the way you can use this is just click on it by your name. You'll see a token, and if you want to spend it, just drag that token to the tabletop, and I'll be happy to take it from you. Okay?
Awesome.
So
Where's that token by my name?
It's gonna be right over your avatar in the main window.
Oh,
too.
I see it here. Okay, my human name. Got it.
Yes. Sorry. So, Ilana, I'm very intrigued by the distraction you're going to create. Can you please describe it for us?
Well, so mainly I need to make sure that nobody notices it, but because I wear this leather armor with these fancy boots, I start in really loud terms talking about how the shoemakers, the cobblers in Ilthmar are just the worst. And I start describing the shoddy workmanship and showing anyone who will pass by just how quickly my soles are wearing out. So they're looking straight at my feet.
Oh, nice. Can you make a personality check for me?
Can I make a personality check? So I'm going to go to my character sheet and I'm going to go to my bio or my core stats.
Core stats, yep.
And I go to personality and I presume I'm trained in personality.
You are trained in your personality.
I will click
indeed.
this button and I don't know if something happened.
Oh, look at that. Something happened. If you look at the chat window, you can see you got a 19.
Oh, I can't see the chat window where this is open, but all right. I'll trust that I got a 19.
You got a 19 indeed. So you are incredibly effective in your distraction, and I think
These boots.
I'm going to give you a point of fleeting luck for that lovely description of the boots. And definitely the people that are passing by are very intrigued by the footwear. And certainly you have not only drawn attention away from Nabul's activities, but the rest of the party in general. You are providing a very good distraction.
Excellent.
Nicely done. Anyone else besides Yulana and Nabul have anything, or are you going to sort of wait to see how things play out?
I just moved myself over to this back corner. Basically, I'm going to lean against the wall with my black cloak pulled around me.
Okay.
Try and fade into the shadow that the wall is casting, but I just want to keep a lookout down the back and down this alley street right here, and towards the docks, just to make sure no one's coming up from that way.
Okay, perfect. Omix, anything on your mind?
I think I'm gonna go around the front and just kind of watch what people are doing entering the building and try and gather any information about maybe going into the building.
Okay. All right. Can you make a personality check for me, Omix? Omix?
Yes. Am I trained in this or untrained?
You are trained.
All right.
Personality. Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right. So in 8, the only thing that you can gather here is that this is a big ritual going on. People are excited about it. One key bit of information that you get is that there are guards inside to make sure that things don't get too out of hand between the priests and the worshipers.
Got it.
All right. Anyone else before we flash back to Nabu?
Yes, Kaja is over here by the dock, kind of kind of hidden behind these boxes. She's watching out what's going on. I'll go ahead and move my character sheet over there. And while she is crouched behind, she's going to go ahead and start casting a spell.
Oh, here we go. What is she going to cast?
So I'm going to go ahead and do what I did last time I was at John Hammersley's table. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of spell burn.
All right.
I would like to burn. How do I do this on the character sheet?
Just subtract it from the character sheet directly. So there's for each
Perfect.
ability there's the max score and the current score. So just subtract it from the current score. And then you'll cast the spell from the character sheet, and you'll have an opportunity to enter in how much spell burn you burned when you.
Nice. Okay, so I just went ahead and I burned 8 points of strength, 8 points of agility, and 8 points of stamina.
Good God.
Oh.
What's wrong, Terry?
Who is this? Oh man.
And I'm now going to
note,
go over
Michael
my
Curtis.
spell book.
Take note, Michael Curtis.
I'm going to walk over to my spell book here.
Okay.
And I'm going to scroll down to a little spell here that I like to call Magic Shield.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and add my 24 bonus to that.
Wow. You know, it's not that I'm rooting for you to roll a 1 on this spell check.
Oh, I see. I enter in spellburn before. So my bonus or minus is what?
So don't worry about bonus or minus. So just
So leave that at 0.
leave that at 0. Then you'll have something that comes up that says spell burn.
Okay, so here I enter 24.
Yeah.
And then I hit submit.
41.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So Terry,
Wow.
until the next sunset.
Yes.
I'm sorry, until the next sunrise,
Yes.
rather.
All right.
Me and anybody who's within 10 feet of me, any of my allies who are within 10 feet of me at any moment, we are covered. There's a shimmering globe around us that gives us a +8 to armor class.
Okay.
It blocks magic missiles. It reduces damage from all attacks by 2. It blocks attacks from mundane projectiles.
Okay.
By 20 points per attack. And it gives me a +4 bonus to all counterspelling efforts.
Okay. All right. So I think I have most of this down, but please keep me honest, Kaja, for folks that are near you. If attacks are coming in and it seems like I'm forgetting your +8 to armor class and your -2 to damage, then please let me know.
Great.
I have that you're immune to magic missiles. Mundane projectiles will pretty much say you're immune because they're 20 points of damage is being taken off. And then you get some kind of bonus to counterspelling, which we'll take into account if it comes up.
And I would just go ahead. Do I go into? Can I edit my armor class or no?
Yeah. So if you go to armor on your character sheet.
Oh, here we go. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think it has you listed wearing padded armor, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where it says base armor class 1, just crank that up to a 9.
Gotcha.
I am going to become Kaja's porter and never be within 10 feet of her, or never be farther.
Outside of 10 feet of her.
Yeah. So there you go. That looks about right. All right. Perfect. All right. So AC is 17. So you have a burning down that agility probably gave you a little.
Oh yes,
a little penalty on your. So take that, Jeff Goad. All right. Anyway. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah, great preparation. All right, so can we go back to Nabu? Are we ready to go? All right, so Nabu, you make it to the top of the tall building, and again, similar as the lower one behind it, the ceiling is kind of featureless, but there is also a window here.
Okay. Probably loudly hearing Ilana yelling about the quality of her boots. I think that there is probably a pretty good distraction going on. So I'm going to take the risk and try to do that belly crawl over and see in that window.
Okay.
As well.
All right. You do find yourself slightly distracted and fascinated by Ilana's story, and you manage to keep your concentration, but you're gonna have to follow up with her at some point and find out what the deal is with those souls. Um, but it's the same business with the other window. This is locked, so you'd have to finesse that lock open or shatter the window to get in. But looking down, you can see about a 70-foot wide by 70-foot deep room. You're probably 25 feet off the ground. So, like I said, 2 stories up. You're pretty high. Looking down in, you can see that this is sort of the main doors that people were going in through the front are leading into this large room. And there's a quartet of pillars, each inscribed with relief carvings of rats stacked atop each other, and that's supporting the roof. There's well, you don't know how it smells. I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that at the far end of the room, which would be the room kind of where I'm pinging here, this would be the far end. All right, you can see a semicircular dais where a large marble idol depicting a man with a rat's head and tail stands, and there's probably just ballparking 80 people in this room. They're swaying to something. You can't quite hear it, but getting your head really close to the window, you think it's the sound of cymbals and drums, and you confirm that by looking around. You can see people playing these instruments, and most of the people here are wearing rat hair robes, but rat masked temple guards in armor and bearing ceremonial claws stand along the perimeter of this tabernacle. And you can see a half dozen naked masked priests leading the rites down below.
Okay. My plan is just to back down and hang drop down to that lower level roof, and then kind of head back over to the edge of the wall and hope these guys can get the crowd sort of cleared out so I can pass the info to the party.
All right, because there is a chance of you hurting yourself, can you make a climb check to get back down once and then get back down twice? This gives me an opportunity to collect your fleeting luck also.
Yep.
Being the greedy man that I am.
There we go.
All right, yeah, you make it down the first surface, no problem. Get to the second one, and again, no problem. All right, so yeah, you make it down, and take it from there.
Okay. Gathering the troops as much as possible without looking like a giant group so we can pass the word along. There is 2 windows. I'll basically give the whole rundown that Terry gave us. That higher window leads right into the middle of the temple and the ceremony that's going on. The one on the lower building, which would be easier for all of us to get up onto anyway, is into what looks like a bedroom, probably of priests or acolytes of the temple. Look pretty Spartan, but there's nobody in there because they're all over, probably in the temple, performing the rites that are happening. There's also a lot of noise going on in the temple. There's like drums and cymbals and chanting and all kinds of other odd things. So we do have that advantage if we want to go in from above. There's noise happening and distraction happening already done for us.
So this device, that was, you described there was like an altar thing they were praying to upon the dais.
I leave that to Mike to
yeah.
to
Does that
repeat.
look like what we're after? Is it like up there front and center in front of all the people, or was there any way to see it?
I could see the altar. I'm not, being that I don't exactly know what we're looking for exactly looks like, I'm not totally certain. I mean, there is activity around the altar.
So I will remind you, players, that the opening text that I read to you is in your journals. So if you need
Was
to
there any?
review any information, it's there.
Was there anybody in this courtyard?
Oh yeah. I never just described looking into the courtyard, so.
Correct.
We're looking for the hand of a saint. That sounds familiar.
How crowded is it back here?
Not very crowded. The only small crowd there is gathered around Ilana, who is fascinated with her feet.
So Kaja is gonna, after hearing all this information, she's gonna kind of come over here. Is there anybody over here?
I'm standing right at that corner there.
Yeah.
Other than Nafu?
Nope. It's pretty empty.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can kind of hop a little bit and poke my head over.
It would take a 12-foot hop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that kind of hopping skill.
But the distraction that Yolana is making is good enough that if Efu wanted to give you a boost, you think you could do that without catching any attention.
Efu, get over here.
I will happily put my leg and knee out so that Kaja can just kind of use it as a springboard to jump up and get a look and see what's in here.
All right. I hop onto Efu's shoulders.
All right, so you look over and you can see that this portion of the temple's a bare courtyard and it's covered in ancient cracked flagstones. There are rank weeds growing from breaks in the stones, and the courtyard is home to several mounds of trash. There are old bones, ragged cloth, broken furniture, other discarded odds and ends heaped around haphazardly. You can see that there's two doors, actually. There's one door here, of course, leading out of the courtyard, and you can't see it from this little drawing, but there's another door on the wall of the... actually, let me just make sure I'm not giving you bad information here on this. Give me just a second. Correct. All right, so there's another door on the wall of the first-story building, and there's a door on the wall of the second-story building. So actually 3 doors in this courtyard, the one leading out and then one going into each of those buildings.
And are they doors that we should be able to see on this drawing, or are they both kind of like right around the corner here?
The one here you should be able to see. The one on here is probably being blocked by perspective.
Gotcha. And the door that's over here, how does it appear to be closed by like a big board or something?
From the inside, can you see a bar, a wood bar or anything?
So they're double doors, and let me tell you what you see for that. So the doors there, they just look locked. There doesn't look like there's any kind of crossbar or anything like that preventing entry from the other side. Just looks like they're locked.
All right. I hopped down from a few shoulders, let him know what I saw, and should we go over and go tell the rest?
Yeah.
Let me cut.
Yeah, let's ask them if we should just, hop the wall right here, open this door, and we can all get into the courtyard out of the sight of everyone walking around.
I let Yolana continue to make the distractions while I go over to Nabu and kind of casually whisper to him.
All right, Omyuk. So you've been hanging out by the front, and you've seen the traffic going in, and now you notice that the traffic is stopped. The doors have closed. The sun is down. It's definitely sunset, and there are no more people going into the temple. Whatever admittance was happening is now finished. All right.
All right.
I'll look over at Amix, and now that everyone's gone, I'll kind of nod to her, and I'm going to walk over to the well and just kind of peer down it further.
All right. So Zax, can you make a intelligence check for me, please?
Oh, it's my strong suit.
Excellent.
It's not terrible having a 6 intelligence.
All right. So Zax, this, as far as you can tell, this is a well.
Water.
All right. Maybe I should go over and assist my
Genius friend.
my friend.
All right. All right. Let's see it.
Is it really a well? Really?
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah.
It's not even a well.
I don't know how you see
Yeah.
a well there. Clearly a puddle.
Yeah, that was a natural too. I'm so disappointed, Haley.
Yeah, that's rough.
All right, so yeah, you guys, for all this is a well. There's water in the bucket. What more can be said?
Maybe
All right,
should
we got to
go
make
see
some
about-
management decisions here.
Yeah.
I like the idea of going in through the top because that seemed that went down into some empty boardrooms, but I'm also cool with the courtyard idea. So I don't know if any of the other party has a preference.
I think
Courtyard.
given the information we
I think courtyard.
Well, yeah, saying the courtyard would stop everybody from having to make that climb roll.
Excellent.
And it seems like people aren't entering or leaving the building anymore, so I think we have a window.
Do you want me to keep doing distraction or do you want me to go over? I'm happy to play either role there.
I think we should all just kind of start going into the courtyard. We've killed enough time.
Okay, so I'm going to take your tokens just for a sec, guys. Please forgive me for taking control, but I'm going to get them in a nice row and select them so that I can copy them over to the next map.
I see you're showing a nice colorful map on Twitch that you're not showing us. I don't know if you intend to do that or not.
I don't intend to do that. You shouldn't be seeing a nice colorful map on Twitch.
Yeah, and don't look on Twitch either, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Newton.
Harley's out there talking smack. But,
Really? Well, what's he saying? What's Stuart saying?
I watched Harley. Harley did the tournament last night, the Greatest Thieves, and I did notice that when you're watching the Twitch, you can actually see parts of the dungeon or the map that I don't think the players can see.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you're seeing the fog of war for the
Now-
GM.
They're using the fog of war. So stop cheating, Steven.
Okay, well, I wanted to make sure everything was working. Now, the good news is that it's on
Says
my
you
tiny
earlier.
iPad, so I can't actually see anything other than blobs of color.
Yeah, all right. So we're switching over. You guys will probably have to scroll up to the top of your screens. And you should see yourselves lined to the left of some double doors and some torches outside. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So so you guys are outside the courtyard. You have your bearings. This is the double doors you were looking at before. What would you like to do? You could climb. You certainly
This
know
is
that.
the double doors over here.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's a 12-foot climb over the wall, or the doors are locked and may be able to be picked.
Who's the thief again? Kaja?
I prefer to call myself a scout.
Yeah. I answer to thief, but
Nabu?
yeah.
So I'm just curious if we put one of you up on the rooftop to provide cover fire from above, and then have another thief unlocking this door for us so that we can come in.
That's fine by me.
Fine by me.
Would you prefer to climb or pick?
You did the climbing last time. I can climb this time.
Okay.
All right. So
Oh, actually, so I'm climbing, just to be clear. So I'm climbing and shooting? Is that what I'm hearing?
You're climbing to the low part of my plan was climb to the low part of the building and remain there while Kaja picks this lock, either goes over the wall or picks the lock to get us through. Nabul, to get us through this door.
Okay, so I'm not taking anyone out. I'm just going to
like.
warn you if people are coming. That's what it sounds like you want.
Yeah.
All right, so up the wall I go.
Okay, so Ilana, you go up the wall. Please make a climb sheer surfaces check.
Now, I don't know how to do any of these things.
Right. So go to the class portion of your character sheet.
Uh-huh.
And you should see a climb sheer surfaces somewhere and a little icon to roll.
I do. I will click climb.
Oh, look at that! That looks like a crit. Fleeting luck is coming for Stephen Newton. I can't wait to take it back. All right.
Oh, nice.
All right. So, Stephen Newton, you have some fleeting luck there coming your way.
So I critically climbed the
Yeah, the wall.
The wall,
Yeah,
like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk up it as if gravity has rotated 90 degrees.
That's right. Dracula can do that. I've seen that in movies.
Yep. So you're at the top of the wall, looking down in, correct?
Okay, and I'll do a quick. Is there anything about that would make me want to call down to Fu? I want to make sure I don't screw up his plan.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Oh, now I got to go back to that thing. All right. So I'm trained in intelligence. I've been told.
You are until we determine differently.
All right.
Oh, the coast is totally clear.
Excellent.
Yep. All right.
Looks good to me.
Nabu, so are you picking or are you climbing? What's your plan?
I'm going to attempt to pick the lock to avoid everybody else having to climb.
Okay.
I'm going to first see if I see anything looks strange or sketchy about the lock. Just kind of check around the locking mechanism, looking for any traps or alarms that might be attached to the door or the lock.
Okay. Tell me. So make a find traps check, but tell me if there is a particular type of trap you are looking for, and I'll throw in a little bonus if you're right.
Yeah, I am looking for something that would raise an alarm, so
Okay.
it would pull a string or something like that.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make a pick lock check for me, or a find trap check for me.
Yep.
Sorry. All right. So you are virtually certain no such trap exists.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and pick the lock.
All right. All right. This is child's play for you, Nabu. What are these priests thinking? How are they going to secure anything? This lock easily opens. So let me allow you to get in. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of wave the rest of the group down and let them know that the door has been opened.
Okay. So do you guys move in to the courtyard?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So everyone move in the way you would move where you want to be.
I am seeing black screen.
Once you get in, it'll clear.
Oh,
So-
okay. So move in here like this.
So Yolana, I'm just gonna move I'll move your token,
Oh, okay.
and I'll put you
Got it.
right there. So you're on the roof, maybe right there. Can you still see your token?
It looks like I moved into a smaller room, but I
Okay.
can see. There you go.
There we go. All right, perfect. All right, so you guys move into the courtyard, and remember I was describing there were piles of old bones and ragged cloth and broken furniture and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
That you saw, and these piles begin to start moving.
Oh no.
Oh no! And
It's a trash heap golem.
you are
That's right.
you are faced with some horribly nasty looking giant rats that come out, and some of them come out directly next to you guys, and so we should roll initiative. Please.
Who would have expected giant rats in a rat temple?
I know, it's amazing. So please roll initiative from your stat sheet, and Efu, since you have a two-handed battle axe, you'll see a two-handed init option on your character sheet. So please go ahead and roll initiative, folks.
When I did it, it said you attempted to use a roll command, look for the value of a selected token, but no tokens are selected.
So just select your token and hit it again. That should take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, awesome. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Which tab are they on?
Who do I not have? I saw your
Core stats.
Oh, sorry, I said Efu, but I meant Zax. Sorry, Efu. So core stats, and just hit the initiative button.
It's on the right side under
Yep,
the
got
combat
it.
basic. Got it. Okay.
I hit it. Nothing happened.
I think you got to click your token. too.
Select your token. Select your token and hit it. Oh,
Ugh.
sorry about that. My streamers. There we go. There we go. Sketch the Elder. Whoa, look at that initiative. Nice. All right, so I am going to roll for these giant rats here. They're pretty speedy. They get a +4, but that's a 13 for them. So not quite as speedy as they would like to be. So I'm just going to add a turn for them. All right, so these rats emerge, much to your dismay. Sadly, Yolana, you had a chance to see them, but that check was just not good enough to spot them. However, among you, Efu recovers the fastest, assesses the situation quickly, and is ready to act. Efu, what would you like to do?
Giant Rat 2 is going to feel the wrath of Incisor.
Oh, nice. All right. So first thing when you attack, if you go to your weapons table in the PC sheet, there'll be a deed die button. Can you first roll your deed die? Oh, all right. So if you successfully hit, the deed's going to come off. Can you describe for me what you are going to do to this rat? What would John Wick do with this longsword?
I would like to sweep his legs with Incisor to keep him from moving away from me ever again, so I can,
Nice.
then beat the crap out of him.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the attack, and you'll have an option to enter in the deed die result when you click that.
Where was my deed die result?
It's in the chat window. It was a 4.
Oh, the chat window didn't move down. Sorry. Okay. Oh, wow. Ooh, excellent.
Yeah.
Wait. Sorry, guys. Learning new things.
It's fine.
No attack bonus, right? So, yeah, there we go.
All right, hits AC 19. Yeah, so 13 points of damage. Why don't you describe for us how you completely annihilate this poor rodent that was just minding its own business?
As I go to sweep his legs out, he moves, and it ends up that my sword basically cuts up under his front legs right through his heart, and blood just completely leaks out onto the cracked flagstones.
Does any blood get on Kaja?
No, I would never let that happen.
Oh, all right. I'm just curious. I want to make sure here. All right, so I'm gonna give a point of fleeting luck for that wonderful description to Sketch the Elder. All right, nicely done. Next up in order is Omyx, our white mage.
All right. As much as I would love to do some magic and some color spray, I feel like we're going for subtlety here.
There's no
So
need to
I'm
worry
just
about
going-
your allies. They're gonna take care of themselves. What's a little blindness or unconsciousness?
Terry, she has me as a DM usually, so she's not going to listen to any of that. Just want to let you know.
Yeah, I'm just giving out the DM. I'm just gonna attack the rat closest to. I can't see who that is right now. Nabu, I guess.
Okay.
With my short sword.
All right, so go ahead and move over there where you want to be, and give me that attack roll with your short sword. All right, so a 13 just hits. Nicely done. And you do 2 points of damage to the rat. All right, so that brings us to the rats. So the rats, let's see, this guy goes for Kaja that now has an incredibly high armor class. Can you remind me what it's 17? Is that what it is now?
It's currently 17, yes.
17, excellent. All right, so these guys are getting +2. So here's a rat bite on Kaja. All right, so that's a miss. And then this guy comes over to Zax, and Zax's AC I see is 15, and
Correct.
so we come up with a rat hair raising 7, which is not so exciting. Misses. So this guy comes in, tries from the other side. Again, misses. Not so exciting at all. This guy here takes a bite at Omyx because didn't really like getting hit by that sword. So that's a 19 on Omyx, which is going to hit.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, so Omyx, you take 2 points of damage. And may I ask you to make a fortitude save? And so you can do that from the core stats. There should be a button by fortitude. You can just make a fortitude save. All right. So that is a 12, and you feel some disease taking hold of you, Omyx, but you grit your teeth and you manage to force it away. So you only take the 2 points of damage. Nicely done. Let's see here. All right. And so that brings us to this guy who goes for Nabu. That is a 13, which looks like it just hits you, Nabu.
Yep, that is correct.
I'm just seeing, you are too far away from Kaja to get her glowing protection.
Mm-hmm.
So sadly, that does not help you. So you take 4 points of damage, and I would like you to make a fortitude save if you would be so kind.
Yep. Ooh, I would like to spend my fleeting luck.
Okay. Can you drag it to the table, please?
Yep. And then...
That's my favorite luck token, by the way. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, those are awesome. So my luck die is a D5 now.
Yeah.
Right. I will
I'm going to throw another luck on him. I'll throw one of my fleeting luck because I don't want him poisoned.
Okay.
So can I do that?
Sure, yeah. Just drag that luck token onto the table. I'm happy to take it.
It won't drag.
So click on it so that you can see the individual icons.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. I gotcha.
Drag it on out.
We'll grab the gray Mauser here.
All right, and I'm gonna add.
I just accidentally stole somebody's fleeting luck.
No, you didn't. I took it. I don't think you can. I don't think you can steal it. I deleted it.
Oh, okay, because it says steal card above it, and. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, you only show one. I don't remember you spending one at all at any point.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
Okay, cool.
And to be safe, I'm going to burn one of my regular luck. So this will give me a 3d5, which I'm assuming I need to do.
Just do a /R 3d5.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, so. Whoops, I almost did 3d45. That would have been good. All right, so that was a lot. So I'm up to a 17.
All right. So it seems from your voice that you're happy with that result and not going to burn any more luck. All right. So yeah, you also feel some disease taking hold of you, starting to infect your bloodstream, but you grit your teeth and you manage to fight it off. So nicely done. And then these guys move up, but they are not able to attack. All right, so that brings us to Zax. Zax, what would you like to do?
Zax. So Zax screams, taste, and that's probably not great for the fact that we're trying to sneak in, but I scream, taste coward make a vile beast, and it's going to be like an upward swing with my battle axe.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to kind of catch him so I can spin him and try and smash the rat behind me to either disorient it or push it away or something like that.
All right, I'm going to give you a point of fleeting luck for just not giving a damn and screaming out loud, because that is how it should be done, clearly. All right. So okay, roll the D die first, please. Oh, look at that! All right,
Nice.
nicely done. Okay, and then let's see the to hit roll.
All right. And when I do, go away, stop. It's asking me for my deed smite roll, so I put that in.
Yeah, put in a 5.
Okay.
All right. So.
Oh yeah.
So please tell me
Nice.
how you which remind me, was it the one on the left, the one on
Yeah.
the right?
So I figured the one on the left is the one that's kind of in front of me because I was watching that door. So that's the one I swing up and catch it with my axe, and I'm trying to like spin it to slam it down on the one to my right.
The one to your right. Yes. So you do that magnificently, especially since you have a 5 on your D die. This guy firmly, let's just first mark him as gone. So he just dies grabbing your axe almost. So he's stuck on your axe, and you swing it around, and you cleave into the other one with no problems. And since the D die was so high and the AC is so high, I'm gonna let you do a D8 worth of damage to that rat.
Nice.
So just go ahead and roll a D8. All right, so 2 points of damage. So you hit that guy for 2. Nicely done. All right, that brings us to Nabu.
Yeah, I eye up the rat that's already injured, but I have a grudge against the one that actually bit me. So I will turn and just try to launch my short sword into its spine.
Okay, let's see it. Oh, look at that. All right, so let's see. Remind me, this was the one directly below you, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you do 3 points of damage to it. Definitely is not feeling good about that. And then that brings us to Kaja.
All right, so Kaja is going to do a little skip back. I want to kind of move over here so that now Efu, Nabul, and Zax are all within my cone of fiery radiance.
So this rat is going to take a bite at you if you
fine.
Dance away. All right, you aren't threatened by some measly little rodent, are you?
I am not.
All right, well, let's see if we can scare some sense into you. D20 plus 2. Oh!
That fortitude save's going to be real tough right now.
Look at that, Kaja. All right, so so first of all, we'll take D4 plus 1. All right, so 2 points of damage to you.
Okay.
Can you also make a fortitude save for me?
Oh.
All right, so there's this guy I know who I play with sometimes, who uses this phrase with sort of this smug little expression that says, "Are you happy with that?"
What kind of a schmuck would say something like that? I don't think that I can get it high enough to where it's actually going to make any kind of a difference.
I mean, I'll throw you my 2 fleeting.
Yeah, we can throw our luck at you, the fleeting luck at you.
And I actually have a soul bond with someone, so I can say as wizards we have that soul bond, and I can burn some luck for you.
Sweet. So then I'll go ahead and I'll throw in my luck token.
Okay.
So that's 1. That brings us up to 5. So who else is thrown in?
I gave you 2.
That brings us
I'll
up to
throw
7.
Mine in.
Okay, it's 2 for Haley's.
All right, I'll throw my 2 in just because he's going to give me a bunch of AC if he's still alive.
So now we're up to 11. I'll go ahead and do we already know what the minimum threshold is at this point?
I got a 13, which was, I think, the lowest.
You succeeded with a 13?
Yeah.
Then I'll burn 2 permanent points of luck to also get it up to a 13.
Nah, I got you.
All right, so Jim, you're gonna donate your two points.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. So I will happily collect those. So what do you have right now, Kaja?
That's a 13.
That's a 13. So you managed somehow, you don't know how, because you're so weak from that really annoying spell burn that you did.
I don't think it was annoying at all. She actually really enjoyed it.
You're so weak and your stamina is so low that you just don't have the fortitude to fight off this disease that's coursing through your veins. But someone or something is looking out for you. It could be your soul sister who gave you a little bit of her luck, and you just somehow make it through.
I give a little finger guns to Omaix.
Nice.
And then I have my little puppet, and I take it, and my puppet starts casting a spell at the rat that just bit me. Its little arm, I'm moving its little arms as it's casting its spell, and we're going to magic missile that little rat.
Okay, so let's hold that just for a second because we had a crit. So.
Oh yes, thank you.
So we're going to sort that out.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So let's see. What is your luck modifier now after all this burning?
Oh, it's the same. I didn't spend any permanent.
Oh, right. Oh, so what is it? Sorry.
Oh, I believe it's a 0, but let me check. It is a 0. Yes.
A 0. Okay, so we are going to roll a d6 on crit table M, and we get a 2. And crit table M tells us a stunning blow. The PC falls to the bottom of the initiative count for the remainder of the battle. All right, but I will still let you have this action now. But for the rest of the battle, you'll be going last. Okay.
And does last just mean between Yolana and Efu?
It does.
Oh, so that actually means I get to act again sooner.
Well, not this round. You don't.
Oh, okay.
Nice try.
Perfect.
Okay. So,
oh, right.
So you do back away. You take that parting blow. You have your poppet. You cast your magic missile. Let's see it.
Spellbook. Scroll on down to Magique Missile. Single die spell check.
Yes. 20.
Okay.
Nicely done.
So a 20 on a magic missile is... the caster throws 1d4 plus 2 magic missiles that do 1d6 plus caster level damage. So let's see, 1d6 plus 2. I do R dash 1d6 plus 2.
/R space d6 plus 2 or 1d6 plus 2.
Okay, so I've got 7 missiles.
Good lord.
How many rats are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I thought it was 1d4 missiles.
Yeah. It's
I'm sorry. 1d4
this is
plus
the
2.
damage you just rolled, I think.
Oh, yes. So that's going to be the damage. So now 1d... Well, actually, that's wrong, too, because the damage will be 1d6 plus 3.
So in the interest of time, because it's 425, you have enough missiles and enough damage to eliminate the remaining rats.
Nice, thank you.
And you wipe them out. So
Yay.
So well done, Kaja. All right, so one of the things, of course, about the Lankhmar rule set, I know you guys all know this, but I'm going to say that for those folks that are watching the stream and may not be familiar with DCC Lankhmar, is that you can heal during combat since there are no clerics, but also permitted is a heal at the very end of the combat if you didn't do it during combat. So I will allow that now. If someone wants to burn a point of luck to heal themselves, they can roll their hit die and add their stamina modifier. Does anyone want to take advantage of that?
I forget, is it 1 hit die or is it a hit die, an equal number of hit die equal to your level?
No, it's just 1 hit die plus
1 hit
stamina
die?
mod. Yep.
Okay.
What am I down 4? Or 3? I should do it. I'm gonna do it. It's not gonna affect my luck bonus yet, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead. And so I'll just grab myself a D6.
Yeah.
And that fills me back up.
Nicely done. All right. And
I'll do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too.
Okay. Please take a point of luck, you guys, and do it.
Okay, I'm back to full.
All right.
I got my 2 points back.
Haley, can you use your fleeting luck?
I already used it. I just don't know how to get rid of it.
Ah, okay. So to get rid of it, Haley, you click on that number so that you see a window that comes up with the token actually in it, and you can drag. There you go. Excellent. You got it. Nice. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys are all healed. So what I'm going to do, since we have an hour and a half left, I'm going to start doing sort of an episodic thing where I kind of railroad you what your actions are and try to get you to some key encounters so people can see how the adventure plays out, rather than allowing you complete freedom to search rooms at your will, because some of them are more important to move things forward than the other. So what I'm going to say is you guys do this, and then you get through this door, and you find yourselves outside this room that somehow you are very interested in. Who knows why? It could be that Isaac has given a little hint to Omyx saying, hey, check this room out. Or it could be that you guys are just lucky. But anyway, you are outside this door. What would you like to do?
Is this door right here?
No, sorry, this door right here.
Okay.
Right in front of Kaja.
Sure.
I would like to listen at that door.
Okay, can you make an intelligence check for me?
Yes, I can. There it is.
It is quiet as a mouse. Thank you very much. I'm here all week.
That's a rat.
Well, since I'm standing there anyways, I'm also going to go ahead and I don't have any hair covering my ears. I don't know if that gives me any kind of a bonus.
We'll say it does for this one time. Yeah. I'm gonna bust out some fleeting luck for that. All right.
Sorry, what kind of a check am I doing?
You're doing an intelligence check. Okay, so I'm going to give you a +1 because you have no hair covering your ears. It's a sonically focusing mohawk that somehow propagates the sound and amplifies it. So you hear some mumbling on the other side of the door. There's like, I don't know why we don't get to take part in the ceremony. Why do we got to stay here? This is not fair. You know, we didn't draw the short straws. We should be out in the ceremony. Grumble, grumble. And you think you hear somewhere between 2 and 6 voices.
All right, I look at my companions and I go,
26.
26 people behind that door?
Let's go to a different door. I don't care what Terry said.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
Well, I have color spray, so if you
I
guys
was
want
gonna
to
say,
open
Haley.
the door, I can. Yeah, I can just right in there.
That sounds like a decent plan.
Yeah, before we see anything in there, making decisions before we know what's going on, I feel like it's a good idea.
So
I like that. And I've also got choking cloud. So do you want to stand side by side? We'll kick open the door and you'll let loose a color spray and I'll let loose a choking cloud.
One of those has to go well.
And we definitely didn't just jinx ourselves by saying that.
Yeah, no, never.
And it's not going to go wrong putting the 2 wizards at the front.
Well, so what I'll do is I'll get in front to open the door, and my plan is so I tell you, I will open the door, kneel down so you can see inside, but I'll be in front of you.
I whisper over at Zach's. I'm like, "Are we sure the door is unlocked? Like, are you going to like try to open that door and make a bitch of noise?"
If I try it and it doesn't move, then I just break it down.
All right, we could check it for you.
Okay.
We've got skills in these sorts of things.
Zax, I'm going to give you some fleeting luck because that is definitely the mingle solution to opening doors.
You know what? And I'm not going to argue with that. So let's just go with that plan.
If I've learned one thing, it's to not argue with mingles.
That's right. He's got it covered.
All right, so Zax, you swing the door open, and our two wizards
step
are going
out
to
of
do
the
some
way.
casting. Okay.
I'll kneel down in front of them, so in case anyone charges, I'm in the way of the door.
All right, perfect. So just for the sake of clarity, Omyx, are you going to be behind Kaja when you're casting this color spray?
I feel like we're kind of doing a side by side, like next to each other.
Okay, can you move yourself next to her, please?
Yes, if I can. Yeah.
Perfect. Just drag her on over. Yeah, excellent. All right, so you swing open the door, Zax, and these guys are surprised. They don't hear you coming in. They're too busy bickering amongst themselves. And first of all, before you move in, the color spray and the choking cloud happen. Unless you want to move in during that, Zax.
No, I'm just going to be like in the doorway. I was just trying to get myself like right in there.
Great.
I begin casting my spell.
Okay.
Got the spell.
All right. That's worth 3 fleeting luck right there. I'm sorry. That is 3 fleeting luck. Man, an actual puppet.
No casting puppet.
Are you kidding me? Come on.
Yeah, I see that you've taken a page from Judge Evie Walls's book.
Yeah.
Come
Casting
on.
puppet.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So why don't we start with Omyx? Give me that color spray, please.
All right. All right.
Tell me what you got.
I gotta look at my spell now.
Okay, so you know that the spell is in your journal, right?
Yes, I have to pull it up really quick.
Okay.
Is it okay if I click my roll so I can also start looking at my result?
Yeah, please do. Please do. All right, awesome. And Haley, if you decide you want to burn some luck, that's fine. Just let me know.
I feel like I'm being told that I should burn some luck here.
Mm-mm.
All right. Up to 2 individual targets must make a will save or be blinded for 1d4 rounds.
No, you want to burn some luck.
Yeah, I think I do want to burn. Let's see. What did I get? A 15?
You get 2 points for every 1 point you burn, since you're a split soul.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn 2 points and get up to 18-19 range.
Okay.
And that's 3 targets within range can be targeted. Each target must make 2 will saves or be affected. If you fail 1 save, you're blinded. If you fail both saves, you are knocked unconscious for 2d4 plus 1 rounds.
Nice. All right, so is it going to be an 18 or a 19 since I'm making a will save?
I'm burning 4 points.
So it's going to be a 19.
19.
19, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So let me go ahead and make a will save for these guys. Well, actually, why don't I at least read you what you see before you completely decimate what's in there, all right? So opening the door, there's a large bed that occupies the room. It's wide enough to accommodate several occupants at once. Isn't that interesting? The stone floor is covered with a thick plush rug of crimson, and the air is heavy with exotic perfumes. Lit candelabras provide light. A large writing desk stands against the east wall. Standing at attention around the desk are men dressed in leather armor and wearing leather hoods fashioned to resemble the heads of rats. Claw-like blades protrude from between their fingers. And now they begin to make some will saves. So we're trying to go for a 19. So each one has to save twice, you said, right, Haley? Okay.
Correct.
So we're going to go guard number 1. That's a failure. Does that mean that I should still roll the second one, or is the failure
Yeah.
enough? Okay,
Roll both.
Roll both.
Because as of right now, he's just blind.
Okay, so he fails both of them.
Okay, so he's unconscious.
Okay, guard number 2 is blind and is unconscious.
Right.
Guard number 3. Oh, look at that! Guard number 3 laughs at your little pretty light display. But let's see if he gets knocked out. Oh, he's laughing at you and then falls to the ground.
No, that's not how it works.
He's just blind, I
He's
think.
just blinded.
He's just
Yeah.
blind. Oh, okay. Wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Here all week. All right, and it was it 3 targets or all 4 targets? Remind me.
I was 3 targets.
3 targets. Okay, so guard 3 is blinded, so we're gonna give him a little ninja sign. But guard 2 is unconscious, so we're gonna give him a sad face, and guard 1 also gets a little sad face because he's unconscious. All right. And I'm sure these guys have got it under control when Kaja lets loose a choking cloud.
So the choking cloud is going to be a 20-foot choking cloud that's going to fill up this room.
Okay.
It's going to last for 12 rounds.
Okay.
During these 12 rounds, they're going to be taking 2 points of damage per round.
All right.
And they need to make a fortitude save when they're first exposed, or they're going to be poisoned. So each of the 4 are going to make a DC 20 fort save.
All right. So let's.
But all it really does is lower their agility by 1d4. So I don't know if we care that much, but.
Well, I care that your spell is effective. So let's just see. So +1 to these guys. Oh, that's a 20. So one guy manages to not get poisoned.
Guard 1, who's fast asleep, is okay.
Okay, guard 3, who's blind, manages to do it, and then guard 4 does not. All right, so the choke, but these guys each take how much damage? Remind me.
2 points per round.
2 points per round. Okay.
For the next 12 rounds, as long as they're in that room.
Okay. All right.
And that also goes for if anybody goes into that room, you're taking that damage too. So I just did the roll, and guard number 4, his agility went down by 2. So I don't know if you just want to say his AC is 1 lower or something.
Yep, that's what I'll do. Thank you.
Harry, you want me to roll 2 just in case? Or should I make a luck check just to see if I'm not in the room? Because I'm kind of halfway.
It's like you're reading my mind, Tim. Yes, I would. That's why I had asked you at the beginning if you were
yeah, sure.
Getting in that
so
room.
Save or luck check first?
Just a luck check, please. That seems kind of high.
Ooh, it is kind of high.
All right. So you take 2 points of damage, and then let's see the save.
Fortitude save is 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Zach's laughs at your little stink. All right.
Might not be how I would put it, but okay.
So, right. So the again, in the interest of time, that's enough to wipe these guys out. You have 2 that are unconscious that are definitely going to go down. You have 1 that's blinded that is not going to be able to get out of the room easily, especially with you guys blocking the doorway. And I'm going to call guard 4 just collateral damage. You guys should be able to eliminate him without any problem. So again, in the interest of time, you guys will eliminate these guys. Actually,
and then wait for the choking cloud to dissipate.
12 rounds.
Yep. Which is fine. So we'll do that. All right. So the choking cloud dissipates. Zach's took a little bit of damage from that. Nicely done, everybody. What would you like to do?
I want to go search the desk where they were all standing around looking at something.
Okay, can you make an intelligence check for me, please? Nice. Look at that. Don't mess with Efu when he is checking things out. All right. So you are looking at the desk, okay? And the first thing you see, Efu, is there is a iron key and a pair of finger symbols on top of the desk. and
symbols.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
exactly what they are. Yeah.
I was thinking SYMBOLS.
Oh no, CYM, finger symbols. Ching,
No,
ching,
you
ching,
guys
ching,
are gonna
ching,
get
ching,
me. You're gonna get to see me do the belly dance now.
Yes.
Cannot wait. Fleeting luck for performance on camera. I'm just saying.
This
Not
is the
that this is
content
live
I'm here
streamed
for.
or
Look at how embarrassed Haley is. She's like, oh my god.
And I'm sorry, I forgot to narrate this. I forgot to narrate this. I spent 2 fleeting luck to bump up that spell result. I forgot to say that out loud.
Oh,
though.
thank you. All right, appreciate that. So also, Ifu, while you're looking at this, you're looking at the drawer and you notice that there's a false back in one of the drawers to the desk, and within that false back there's a brass key. So you have found an iron key, a brass key, and some finger symbols.
I will take them all and put them in my pouch.
Awesome.
I think I have a pouch. I will not hold back from anybody. I'll let them all see that I'm doing that. I'm not hiding anything.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and whatever else anybody else wants to do.
Great. Well,
in the interest of time, is Shilba of the Eyeless Face giving me a hint as to where we should be going next?
Indeed, Shilba, she doesn't want you wasting any time at all. Shilba has other things to do than watch this purloining of metal. So I'm going to again arrange and move you guys. So you guys managed to find a stairway going down. Let's see, and I'm just going to copy you over to a new screen and make sure everyone comes over all right. So you find a stairway going down. And did I get everybody? It doesn't look like I did. Hang on. Who am I missing? Yeah. All right.
And this room is getting very warm, so I'm going to turn the AC on for a second and let me know if it's too annoyingly loud, because if it is, I'll just deal with the warmth.
Okay.
But he was going to ask if it gets too cold for us. I'm like, what?
I'm trying to be considerate.
Yeah. This is role playing. Let's see here.
Jesus, and now I need a sweatshirt.
Right. I had to put on the hoodie.
All right. And
Scat, you're high beaming us.
Over. All right. All right. Sorry, guys. I tried to do a bulk copy and paste, and I blew it. So.
Terry, you're way more proficient at Roll20 than I am, so I'm not going to complain.
All right. Well, feel free to complain. I appreciate it, but that's all right. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'd like to speak to the manager.
So, you guys, your screens should have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can align yourselves any way you want. This isn't necessarily how you come down the stairs, but this is just the way I copied you over. So you feel free to align yourselves how you want to be.
Can we actually be in this hallway, or are we in the stairs?
Put yourself at the beginning of the hallway if you're going to enter it.
Okay.
All right. Is everybody happy with how they are? Okay. So you guys come down into the catacombs here, and unlike the previous level, which was lit inside, this is very dark and rank, smells of earth and decay. You guys can see, because being third level adventurers, I assume you all have your own kind of light sources that you're dealing with. I'm not going to be tracking torch durations or flasks of oil for lanterns or anything like that. So each of you just have your own light that you're seeing. But understand that it is dark in here. And I'm going to ask Mike to roll a d6 for me. Would you be so kind?
Yes, I can do that.
Excellent. All right. So, let me read the description to you. So the stairs from the rat temple terminate in the eastern wall of a long hallway measuring 20 feet wide and running north-south. Vaulted arches, many draped with crumbling ancient cobwebs, support the 15-foot-high ceiling. The floor is made from old, uneven stones, and the occasional odd bone or fallen piece of arch is scattered among them. What would you like to do?
Well, if I look left and right, Terry, and don't see anything, I'll look back at Nabu, and I'm going to creep to this corner just so I can see down it a little bit better.
Okay. Nabu, what would you like to do?
I am going to follow, but move to the kind of north corner here.
Okay.
Oops.
Got it. Thank you, Kaja. Ilana, what do you want to do?
I will try to move Ilana to there just to see if I can go see down that hallway.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay, so you guys move into the hallway.
And I'll point at the two doors to the the north to my friends on that side if they can't see it.
Okay. And actually, let me just... I want to take a quick inventory. Do you guys mind if I say your luck scores out loud?
No.
All right.
I mean, it's very personal, but
Well, I know. That's why I asked, Jeff. All right. So let's see. I see Nabu with a 9. I see Zax with a 13. I see Kaja with a 10. I see Omyx with a 10. I see Efu with a 13. And I see Ilana with an 8. So it looks like, and accounting for fleeting luck that you guys already have down there, it looks like Ilana has the lowest luck. So it's just a little bit of important information for me, Ilana. So you guys move into the hallway, and using my best DM voice, when suddenly a spirit manifests. All right. And the faintly glowing figure of a human male with the shaved head and body wrapped in tattered priest robes suddenly manifests from thin air. The severed heads of rats are sewn into his eye sockets and mouth, and they chitter like nails on slate as he drifts through the darkness towards you. And so I'm just going to, for the people watching on Twitch, I'm going to zoom on this cool looking token so people can see it. And you might be able to click on the token yourselves and press Z if you want to zoom in on it. Otherwise, you can just zoom in on the map and you can probably see the detail. But you can see rat heads sticking out of eyes and mouth. So this is a surprise attack, and the spirit moves in towards you, Ilana, and the rats that are coming out of his face and mouth, the spectral rats, take a bite at you.
That is rude.
That's what they do. That's a big 10, so I'm guessing that misses you.
Probably. I'd have to go take a look at my character sheet, but I can probably do that.
I can check that myself. AC 14, I see.
Oh,
So,
okay then.
All right. So let's roll initiative. Doesn't that sound great?
That does sound great. Oops. Core stats, initiative.
Yeah, that's what you get, Kaja.
hey,
All right, so let me roll for the ghost.
and Terry Olson, I'm not asking this for any particular reason.
Yes.
I'm only asking just because as a Spellburn host, I should probably know how other people run these games.
Please do.
In your games, can people Spellburn down to 1 or to 3?
1.
1. Okay, just curious.
Yeah, so the rules that I use are they're on the alternate or the other combat rules or whatever. I think it's page 96 in the core book, where it talks about ability loss, and it has consequences for abilities reaching 0, and so I will let you burn down to 1. You can't burn yourself into unconsciousness, but you can burn yourself to the brink. Okay?
Fantastic. Thank you.
All right. So let's see. I'm going to roll initiative for the spirit. And that's going to be a good roll. All right. So let me just sort things here. All right. So now the spirit manages to act. Oh, actually, let me take that back. What is your init bonus, Efu? Is it +3? It must be.
Yeah, I believe so.
Do you have any agility bonus? Let me ask you that.
No.
No. All right. So let's do a roll off. You and I roll a d20. Five, 15. All right. Spirit goes first. All right. So let's see. So I'm going to say 1 Omyx, 2 Ilana, 3 Efu.
Ah, that luck!
Ilana, you just can't seem to not be the center of attention here. He must have heard about your boots. It's probably what happened. You know,
You're the talk of the town.
Yeah, probably.
Was I supposed to remove HP from Ilana? Did she get hurt?
She was missed, as far as I recall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's right.
Okay, so D20 here. Oh, I'm rolling so well for the Guardian. Sorry, Michael Curtis, if you're watching and hiding your head in shame at your Guardian's inability to wreak havoc. All right, so the spirit misses. That brings us to Efu. What would you like to do?
Wow. I don't have a lot to do other than scream out that Incisor is going to bite these rats back.
All right.
I'll do my deed die first. So that's a no. And an attack.
All right. So a 16 with Incisor. So you know, Incisor lands what should have been a solid blow. Your aim was true. You got past the thing's inept dodging defenses, but the sword just goes right through the spirit. Doesn't hurt it at all.
I hate the undead.
They don't like you either, if it's any consolation. Omyx, what would you like to do?
After watching that, I think color spray seems to be the only answer again.
I don't
So,
think it's going to work.
The rats have eyes. They have lots of eyes just because they're undead eyes.
Yeah, but I think undead are immune to the effects of color spray.
There's one way to find out.
I think,
certainly.
yeah, there is one way to find out, and I'm gonna cast.
Don't let
it,
me stop
so.
you.
Yeah.
A 19.
All right, 19. Gotta pull up color spray. 19.
Same as last time.
Same as last time.
Same as last time. Well, it was a good roll, but I'm afraid it doesn't seem to phase the spirit.
Yeah.
Now, but do you? Let me ask you this. Since this is kind of Efu's kind of in your path, is this something that is target specific? Are you choosing a target, or is it fanning out in a cone or something like that?
It says 3 targets.
Okay, that's fair.
I have to roll higher if I want a cone.
Okay, all right. So unfortunately, the color spray does not do any work against the spirit. That brings us to Nabu.
Seeing that it's a spirit and watching a much more adept warrior than myself swing right through it, I'm going to continue to stand where I'm at, attempting to cover this hallway this direction and keep my eyes peeled, just kind of back and forth, seeing if they're making sure nothing else is coming out.
Okay.
Stay on alert.
Okay, sounds good. Yolana, you have this spirit in front of you.
I do have the spirit in front of me.
You have the spirit inside you also.
I do. I'm about to start singing songs from hair. We're gonna try.
Sorry.
Yeah, let the sunshine. We're going to use, because I don't want to like step away and take a nasty bite. I am going to make an attempt with the longsword just to double check to see if weapons will affect this thing.
I can appreciate that. Redundancy.
Hold on a second, baby.
It's getting
And here
a
we
second
go.
opinion.
It has an input value. It says deed smite die roll when I clicked attack with the longsword.
That's a big 0.
Okay, well, I'll just hit submit then. Any attack bonus? I'll say 0. Submit!
Oh, look at that! Look at that! That's a crit!
Nice.
Oh!
That's a crit. So
That's why you do these things.
I'm going to give you 1 point of fleeting luck. Because that's what we do.
But nothing's going to happen to the spirit.
That's what we do.
It's a crit. The gods want me to hit it.
The gods really do want you to hit it, but there must be some gods that don't, because that sword goes right through the spirit, I'm afraid.
Does it?
It does.
Don't you even want me to roll my damage die?
It's been rolled. It's a 7. And you got a crit on not on crit table 2. There's something wrong with these character sheets. They default to crit table 2. I don't understand why. But anyway, sadly, nothing happens.
That is the right one for the thief, though, right?
It is the right one for the thief, yeah.
Coincidentally, it's right.
Yeah, coincidentally, it's right, exactly. All right, so Yolana does an amazing strike by your eyes, Efu, but goes right through this thing. You are up. What would you like to do?
Sorcery.
Wow. I am going to describe. I'm sorry. Can you describe the rats for me again? They're like his
eyeballs and mouth. They like sewn rat heads into his eye sockets, as you do during certain holidays.
So, I just want to. I'm just going to try and grab the rats and pull them from his head.
Awesome. All right, I'm just going to give a point of fleeting luck because who else thinks of that besides the Elder Sketch?
The deed die goes on a 5.
Okay.
And I guess I don't see anything in here for just like a.
Yeah, there's not. That's my bad. I should have put like an unarmed attack or something. But just roll a d20 and we'll add 5 to it plus any strength bonus.
Got it.
Okay. All right. So it was a great idea, but you managed to miss the rats. They all dodge aside from your hand as you reach in to grab them. But that was a phenomenal idea, and I gave you a point of fleeting luck anyway.
Thank you.
All right, Zax.
All right, so I look back at Nabu and I say, I will try and fend this off. Lead them to another room. And I run down with my torch instead of the axe to see if maybe the cleansing fire will affect this thing more than a blade will. And I'll try and just jam my torch into it.
Okay,
purifying flame.
Roll me your D die and then give me just a D20 for that torch attack. All right.
So it'd be a 14 total?
A 14 seems like it would have hit it, and the flame goes right through it. It does not seem to be phased by the fire. Nice try. That was a good thought.
But I look at these
Does
guys.
anybody have any silver weapons?
Run away, fools! Run away!
You have your tiny symbols. I don't know if those are related.
Make a luck check for me, Efu. What's your
Nope.
What's your luck score?
13.
You know what? I'm going to ignore that. Because you asked the question, I'm going to give you a point of fleeting luck, and I'm going to say you happen to have had the foresight to bring a silver dagger.
Wish I would have known that.
Well, you do now. You just thought of it.
Yup.
Yep. All right. So you happen to have a silver dagger in your pack. It dawns on you. Maybe it's something that you wrested from the hands of a member of the Thieves Guild back in Lankhmar.
Well, that's probably why the Brotherhood is after me.
That is probably why. You're holding on to that dagger. It may do something. I'm not promising, but hey, it's a good thought. All right. So that brings us to. I'm so tempted to say Goo Goo, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Why, are you too shy?
Oh! Fleeting luck for Jim.
Oh, that's great.
Fleeting luck for the elder once again. All right.
So Kaja,
You know how I know we're all old? Because Haley didn't respond to that.
So Haley, back in the elder days, so Kaja steps forward 1 square so that her sister Omayx and Zax are both within her protective radiance.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and do just a wee bit of spell burn, taking my my strength from a 5 to a 1.
Okay.
My agility from a 4 to a 1. And my stamina from a 4 to a 1.
Wow.
So I've just spell burned 10 points. And yes. Well, I mean, if we've got the spell burn, if we've got the stats, we might as well use them. So it's going to be a +10 on my spell check for magic missile.
Okay.
And spellbook, magic missile. Where are you? Where are you, buddy? You're in there somewhere. Here you are. Single die check. Not a spell burn 10. Submit. Nothing happened.
Oh,
no, here we go.
Look at that!
Oh.
Look at that!
Oh, nat 1.
Well, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
we live for these moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm going to take that fleeting luck.
I feel like I mentioned this earlier in a panel.
Yeah, that's a flashback from
Secondly,
DCC College.
For those
So
of
I'm-
you watching at home, we're going to be ruling that Olmyx's stats are now frozen at 111.
I like it. I think that's very fair.
Wow.
For strength, agility, and stamina for fumbling.
You mean Kaja?
Oh, Kaja. Sorry, Haley. I wouldn't put that on you.
Sorry.
Yes, Kaja.
Well, that's not fair.
Yeah, I know.
Why should my character suffer for this? And I'm now rolling a d6 modified by my luck on this corruption table.
Okay.
Or is it?
We can use a Lankhmar corruption table, actually.
Oh, that's right. Let's do that.
Hang on. So now you have to use a greater corruption because you are a black wizard.
Okay.
So instead of using minor corruption, we're going to crank you up to major corruption. And
Okay.
I'm going to ask you
Any
to...
chance the puppet takes it?
Oh.
Oh, I
You
like
know,
that thinking. 'Cause
Haley, we're
actually,
getting
it was
some-
the puppet that cast it, not me.
Well, you're both going to take it, but Haley's going to get some fleeting luck. That's a great suggestion. I should have thought of it. All right, nicely done, Haley. All right, can you make a percentile roll for me, Jeff, and add or subtract 10% per luck mod that you have?
I don't have any luck mod right
Okay.
now. So 72.
72. Let's see what you got. Now I'm using sort of a beta copy of the Lankhmar corruption table. So you guys playing along at home, if you're looking up in your book and wondering why I'm citing something different than you see, then that's why. Well, this is kind of perfect. This is kind of perfect. So you guys are watching Kaja. This spell fails miserably. You don't really understand why it failed, but it fails miserably. And you see Kaja's eyes disappear and the only thing left are just misty orbs in their place. And Kaja, you can see normally despite
Okay.
your eyes being gone, but that is your corruption. And isn't your patron Shilba?
Yes.
It's perfect.
Oh my
It's
god.
so perfect.
It's perfect.
And does that also mean that the little buttons that are on the face of my puppet also disappear and are replaced with little glowing?
It does. Yes, your puppet has little glowing, misty orbs for eyes.
Nice.
Now, my other question is, does this mean that I am able to see in the dark? Do I have like a little bit of light around me at all times?
It does not mean that.
Ah, boo!
There are no rewards for this fumble. No.
This kind of hubris.
All right. Well, that was very exciting for me. Thank you very much. All right.
And just Terry, that is the actual result that made it over.
Oh, it is. All right. Okay. Great. Cool. Thank you, Tim. I just grabbed something I had printed up. I was moving quick. All right. So we're gonna move to the top of the round. I don't really want to fast forward through this battle because this is kind of key and you guys are pressed. So I'm going to play this one out and we'll see how it goes. So we're back to the spirit. The spirit is now got 4 to choose from. We're going to start at Zax and move clockwise 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2. So, Omyx. The spirit's going to try a different tack on you. And the spirit... Sir.
Does she get the bonus armor class?
She does get the bonus armor class. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. As does Zax, by my estimation. Remind me, speaking of that, are saving throws affected, Jeff, by this magic shield? No.
No.
All right. I didn't write it down, so I didn't think so. So, Omyx, the spirit turns at you, and have you seen the movie Alien?
Yes,
All right.
many times.
All right. So you can imagine this chest buster bursting out of the chest. Well, each of these rats sort of burst and extend out of the orifices on the spirit's face, and they all let loose this horrid high-pitched wail. This terrible wail. And I need you to make a fortitude save. Or, I'm sorry, a will save. Excuse me, will save.
Will save. All right.
Oh! I'll be happy to collect that fleeting luck. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So, this wailing is so intense, you just can't take it, and you fall unconscious.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right. So Haley, I'm going to give you a little sad face.
Aww.
to remind us that you're unconscious.
It's a little sad alien.
Efu, we're at you.
Oh, there's a silver dagger that's coming out and going right into this thing.
All right, let's see it.
I am going to attempt to use the silver dagger to you said that those little the little rats came like screaming out of its face.
Yes.
So now I'm going to kind of use this dagger to kind of try and slice them off at the source.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. I love it.
So
let's see it.
There's my D die.
Oh,
it
look
goes
at that.
off. And my attack is, let's see, it was a 3.
Oh.
It's armor class 20 for a damage of 8.
Nice. Nicely done. All right. So you connect, and you do full damage with that dagger strike. And you also manage to sever one of the rat heads off with the dagger. And so this is going to affect its attack bonus and its attack damage with the rat bites. All right, so I'm reducing the attack bonus by 1, and I'm reducing the damage of the rat bites by 1d. All right. And this rat head falls to the ground and becomes flesh, and you see the rat head first look like a fresh rat, but then it just immediately decays into dust rapidly before your eyes. Nice attack. Well done. All right. Omyx, you are feeling no pain right now, so we're just gonna skip you in the turn order.
This is their problem. I love it.
Nabu.
I'm gonna run up, seeing Omyx drop. I'm gonna run up and grab her by the arms and pull her out of the danger there.
Nice thinking. I'm gonna give you a point of fleeting luck for that. It's,
Very much appreciated.
I can't say for sure that the spirit would have attacked her while she was down, but it could have happened. It could have happened. All right, so let's move her token back. You drag her back to safety.
Yep.
Nicely done. All right, Ilana.
Ilana needs to get a little bit closer to Kaja, so hopefully she's not going to be hit. So she doesn't want to provoke any attacks of opportunity here, but she wants to get something like right about here, if that works.
Sure.
How dare you?
How dare... a 5-foot step? Oh my God.
That's right. She's going to shift and
heresy
across.
Don't worry, it's a free action.
Oh.
Right. And then she's going to use her daily power, which is she liked the idea of carving rats out of eyeballs. So now that this thing seems to be more corporal, we can do some damage on that thing.
Sorry, so my description probably wasn't unclear. This is still a spirit. It was the severed rat that became corporeal and faded away. So
wasn't the spirit rat? I thought the spirit rat had actual rats starting to pop out of his eyes, one of which could have been severed.
Yes. So there were 3 spectral rats popping out of its face. Efu severed one of those spectral rats, and that severed spectral rat became flesh and decayed into dust.
Oh, but Efu's still using a silver weapon, is he not?
He's the man with the silver dagger.
Yeah, so this is totally not going to work at all. I don't have anything that resembles holy weapons. I do have an
all right. Sketch gets a
reddish gold
prop
wig.
You do?
I do. I have a reddish gold wig, and I'm wondering if there's any material in my reddish gold wig, any like valuable metals, like.
Make a luck check for me, Ilana.
See if there's a silver barrette.
Maybe
a hairpin.
This is a reddish wig for an older woman, right?
Right, exactly. So I'm going to do my trained luck. I'm trained in luck,
Oh, I'm afraid that this is a wig for a young courtesan, and there's no silver to be found in it.
Well, I was actually going more for the gold. I thought maybe gold affects this thing more than silver. I wasn't expecting to find silver.
Okay. Well, regardless, you don't find what you were expecting.
All right. So I'm not going to attack it with my gold wig then, which is what the plan was.
It was a brilliant plan. I loved it.
It was a brilliant plan. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't think I can do anything that's affecting it other than maybe try for crits, but I think that's not going to fly.
Why don't you tell it about your boots and distract it?
I could. You know what? I think we're going to damn the torpedoes here, and I'm going to try to strangle it with my gold wig nonetheless, just to see if the gold dye in the wig might affect it.
Okay, let's see it.
All right. I don't know. What do I roll to attack something with a wig?
You roll I'm going to let you roll a D20.
Is it a personality check?
So it's like /RD20. Is that what I got to write down?
Yep.
Unrecognized command.
You need a space between the R.
RD20, something like that?
/1D20.
/1D20.
No.
/R.
/R.
Space.
1D20.
Space.
1D20. try it that way.
That looks
There we
good.
go.
All right.
Yay!
All right. Sadly, the attack is ineffective.
Damn it. Well,
Man, I thought you were gonna.
I've
slay
now
with
got
that.
like a pom-pom with my red wig.
It was such a good idea. I really wanted that to work. Dang it. But no dice. Sorry.
I'm not going to flee. That's not an option.
Not in this game.
Right.
Efu.
Oh, you know what's coming.
All right.
Let's.
Actually,
let's go.
I'm sorry. You know what? You are somehow in this order twice. You already went. We're in the same
Yeah,
round. Sorry about
that's
that.
right.
Zax.
I know Ilana said that fleeing is not an option, but I think it is. So Zax is going to take off sprinting down the hallway towards one of these doors.
Okay. All right.
For fleeing, someone grab my body, please.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well Nabu. Look, as I run past Kaja, does Kaja look like she can move, or is she so spellburned that is she like jelly on the ground?
She is on the brink of jelly on the ground. She can move.
All right, so
but
as I make my way past, I will look at her like, do you want me to pull you? And if it's kind of like a yes, then I will pick her up and try and move her. No, all right.
I mean, her poppet.
Fine.
Her poppet is pretty damn heavy right now. I mean, she's like,
right.
you can see the little trembling holding up that poppet. All right, she's pretty weakened.
right.
Okay, but you get out of a dangerous way. Sounds good. That brings us up, last but not least, to our corrupted Kaja.
I use all the strength that I have to lift up my poppet and to move its arms to cast a non-spellburned magic missile.
All right.
For the best.
All right, let's see it.
There you are.
Oh.
Lost the spell for the day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. What do I need to get that up to keep it? It's a 12, right?
12. Yeah, 12.
I'll give you my
If I'm
fleeting luck.
unconscious, can I still burn luck for my soul bond or no?
No, not when you're unconscious.
No.
Sorry.
There's a fleeting luck for me, Jeff.
Okay, so I got one fleeting luck there, and I'm gonna go ahead and spend 3 permanent luck to get me
Just
to
spend 2. Here's mine.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
All right.
So I'm going to get the minimum result, and I won't
Yes.
lose the spell.
Sounds good.
So 1 point of damage with magic missile.
All right. And the spirit takes it.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and stay put. I don't want to get closer to the spirit, but I also don't
I
want
like how he says that like it's a choice. Like he's not so weak that he can't move. He says, I'm just going to go ahead and stay here.
So that's my turn.
I was going to remind Jeff that even with the lost spell, he could spell burn a point to cast it again, but then I remembered that really wasn't an option anymore, was it?
It's not an option.
Yep. Okay. For those of
I
you...
guess I could spend fleeting luck to do that if I get that later, but...
we can debate that. I think you got a spell burn to cast that lost spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, so that brings us to the top of the order with the spirit. And so the spirit now is looking at Efu with the silver dagger and not so pleased. So the 2 remaining rats do the same type of wail that they did at Olmyx. And I need you to make a will save, please, Efu.
Is that in core stats? Yeah.
Yeah,
there
of
it
course
is.
that's, yep. Look at that. You are
Make it look
unfazed.
easy.
You are unfazed by this whale. It does not even bother you. And you are next up. You may retaliate to said whale. Let's see it.
I'm going to do the same thing. I want to sever one of those stupid spectral rats that's screaming at me.
All right. So let's see the deep dive.
Come on, baby.
Oh, look
yeah.
at that. All right.
And then we do this, and we do this.
Oh, nice. All right. Same thing happens. So you you do damage. You do damage, nicely done, and you cut another rat off this thing's face. And now its damage goes down again.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. All right, so I think in the interest of time, I'm going to end this battle and say now that you have a mechanism to take the spirit out, you guys managed to do it. Between, I feel like, you know, we've done enough to Kaja for this particular for this particular battle, and the spirit gets dissipated by hook or by crook. And then we'll say you guys explore some other parts of the complex. I'm gonna Haley. You were unconscious for just a round. Lucky you. I rolled a d6 and rolled a 1. So you were back up and with the conscious. So what I'm going to do is say that you guys ended up. Let's see. Let me just move you all to a different point on the map. Come on, people. There we go. Moving you guys, moving you guys. Isn't this fun? Moving you here. Moving you here.
These light effects are wild.
Yeah, aren't they wild? I love them.
I can't think of any other word to describe it.
And then we are going to go here. And in this room, I'm going to read you the description and tell you what happens here. So we end up in this room.
Oh, Hugh and Shanna are having a little kitty fight.
All right, so the walls of this room, this seems... No, this is right. Huh, interesting. All right, so the walls of this room are contain a number of burial niches in rows of 3. Each of the niches contains a wooden coffin of somewhat recent fabrication. Some of the niches also hold small clay vases containing faded flowers. The coffins, despite their new construction, are splintered in places and have large holes seemingly gnawed into their wood. What would you like to do?
I would like to avoid the large hold coffins because whatever gnawed into them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe we're
Maybe
looking
just
for a
wait.
saint's hand, are we not? That's how this
Yeah.
all started out?
Yeah. So maybe just straight through this. Ignoring.
No,
Well,
yeah, you
no,
think-
I'm opening coffins
You think it's one of the
Why?
because
the
that's where
hand-
the hand is.
It's attached to an arm.
All
It
right.
says it's in a box. The coffin.
So Efu moves over to a coffin, and he hears some motion, and suddenly, erupting from the coffin, you see monstrous ebony rats with glowing red eyes and mouths filled with teeth, dripping a phlegm-like ichor, emerging from the gnawed sides of the coffins. They seem to appraise you with an almost human-like cunning before they attack. So please roll initiative for me, and I will bring these out.
Oh, I didn't get my... There we go.
I'm going to say this is probably the only time I've ever really kept track of doing it with two-handed initiative because the button is there.
Yeah, I know, huh? It. I kind of feel the same way. I'm just going to move you, Ilana, just for a second because we've got someone else coming out. I'm just going to put this guy here.
Mind the boots.
I will mind the boots, and I will move you back. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I will move you back here. Okay, excellent. So everyone has rolled initiative.
Everyone has rolled a 16.
It looks like. Oh, that's pretty funny. All right, so interestingly.
Actually, Jeff has a 17. Looks like he bumped the button twice.
Yeah, there are a couple duplicate entries in here. So I'm just going to go up from the bottom and make sure I have everybody. So Sketch, I've got at 21, which is good. Zach, let's see. Kaja, I have at 16, which is good. Nabul, I have at 16, which is good. Zax, I have at 6, which is good. Ilana at 16.
Not for Zax.
Well, yeah. All right, so I think we're good. All right, and then these guys go ahead and roll initiative for themselves.
Oh.
Oh, isn't that a bummer? All right, so they're gonna go to. Let's see here.
Well, and the good news is everybody is within 10 feet of me.
That is good news for sure.
So you all have a +8 to your AC.
I'm going to, since Ifu has
and a damage reduction of 2.
Higher bonus. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right. So Ifu, you are first.
Feel the bite of incisor. I will attempt to. You said they got glowing red eyes.
They do.
I would like to. I would like to slash across his face. Let's see, that's Nar 3, I guess.
Okay.
Slash across the face and try and take those red eyes out. I don't trust them.
All right. Let's see what you got.
Weapons. He died.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
And my lucky weapon. Come on, baby.
All right, so I need to ask you, in the words of Doag the Blue, are you happy with that?
I am not. I would like to burn 2 luck.
You're going to burn 2 luck, okay? That sounds great. And you just hit! So this was Nar number 3, right?
Yes.
All right, so, and tell me again for your deed, you were stabbing at the eyes?
I was going to try and slash like across both eyes to see if I could take them out because I don't like red eyes. They make me scared.
Okay, so yeah, you damaged those eyes significantly, and so it's going to have some trouble hitting after that strike for sure. Nicely done. All right, that brings us to these Nar. So Nar number 3 is going to try to take a bite at you, but it's going to do so with a D16.
And my armor class is now 8 higher, you said?
Yeah, I think so. So what is that?
24.
Yeah, so that's a clear miss. And let's see, Nar number 5 is going to go for Ilana. Oh, look at that! All right.
I was just about to do my armor class math, but I guess that's...
Ain't no magic shield gonna keep me down. All right. You're welcome for that. All right, so...
wow.
I know. Yeah, I'm just I'm here.
That's an obscure reference.
Like I said. All right. So here we go. We are going to say to Yolana, we've got 4 points of damage.
Which means 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. Thank you. 2 points of damage. I just was going to correct myself. And I need you to make a fortitude save, Yolana.
Oh no! Where do I do my? Okay, I guess I just click this. All these things. Did something happen?
I didn't see anything happen.
No.
All right, submit. Oh, I guess I submitted it twice. It was just
Okay.
slow. Sorry.
All right. Okay.
I want the second one though.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You want to do it a third time for it to really count?
No.
Okay. All right. So we'll take that first one. And then in the words of Jeff Goad, I will ask if you're happy with that 7.
You know, I'm not a big fan of burning my stats, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to suck it up and endure this poison.
You go. All right. So you find yourself paralyzed.
Oh, all right. That'll make my my round coming up easier.
All right. So we're gonna give you just the sign, some kind of what's our? We'll give you a no symbol. No action for you. All right. Then Nar 4 comes in. He sees Zax and thinks Zax looks kind of tasty. Hopes for another crit because otherwise there's no way he's going to hit. Misses. Nar number 2 is looking at Kaja, trying to see if he can get a bite in, but misses. And then this Nar, whose number I can't see, this one I'm pinging here, we're going to say 1 to 2 Omyx, 3 to 4 Nabul. Nabul is the lucky recipient of a rat bite, but again will obviously miss, and that brings us to Omyx.
Okay. I guess attack. I'm gonna go with the sword this time instead of spells because those don't seem to be working for us very well. So I'm just gonna stab at the rat that just attacked Narbul.
Okay. Let's see it.
Oh,
I'm afraid
great.
that misses.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess you aren't going to try to bump that roll up. Is that an accurate guess?
Yeah, I'll just leave that where it is.
Okay, all right. Why not?
I
Nabul.
wouldn't say she's happy with it.
Trying to, I'm going to try the same thing. Take the short sword to the rat right in front of us.
Okay. Oh, look at that. That looks
There we
like
go.
That's what I meant to do.
some fleeting luck coming out right there.
Yeah.
That is some fleeting luck going to Nabul. All right, so Nabul, you do 5 points of damage, and then it looks like you get a 1 on crit table 2, which is kind of a bummer. But
Yeah.
what does crit table 2 have to say?
It is slash. Am I looking at the right one? Yeah, a 1. Strike misses critical organs, an extra 2d3 damage.
All right, let's see it. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so this guy is wavering, but he's hanging in there. Ilana.
Well, so here's the thing. Ilana is paralyzed, but that doesn't mean she's powerless.
Indeed.
So what she does is she uses her mind power
Okay.
and says, flee with her mind.
With her mind. All right. Roll a d10 for me.
Oh, you're going to make me roll in this thing again. So it's like slash R
R space.
slice 1d10.
Yeah. Okay. So you focus your mind powers and try to say flee, but somehow these Nars are intent on the business.
No respect.
Good thing. You know what? I'm gonna award fleeting luck. Way to try to make do.
I'm just
with what
not
you
going to
got.
roll over, man.
All right.
Flee.
These are not the PCs you're looking for.
Right.
All right. So Kaja.
All right, Kaja is going to go ahead and do a flaming hands.
All right. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Spellbook.
Don't you have like remove paralysis in that spell book of yours?
I do not. I'm a black magician, so all of my spells are boom, boom, bang, bang spells.
Yeah, nope. My spell looking pretty empty.
Oh, look at that. Are you
Wow.
going to completely annihilate the
Oh.
room?
24 with my flaming hands. So the spell produces a blast of fire that burns up to 3 targets for 2d6 plus caster level points of damage. All of the targets need to be within 10 feet of each other.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and this one.
Okay.
And they are going to take 2d6 plus caster level.
All right.
So
let's roll that.
roll 2d6 plus 3.
Oh.
6 points of damage.
Wah, wah, wah. Is there a reflex save associated with it or not?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So this guy gets scorched to a crisp. This guy takes 6 points of damage. And this other guy takes 6 points of damage. Nicely done. It's too bad the damage roll was
Yeah.
anticlimactic.
Pretty lame.
Yeah. Good idea, though. All right. Olmyx, word to you.
I guess I will try and help. I don't know. I'm gonna go try and stab one of the rats who just skewered, I guess.
Okay. You want the one on the top or the one on the bottom?
I'll go for the one in the corner.
Okay. Sounds good.
Nobody puts baby rat in a corner.
Terry, I think you might have Haley in there twice, like you had Jim in there twice last time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna end this soon, so
yeah.
We'll let Haley go twice. All right. So I'm gonna clear out the turn order box and see if that fixes matters for us after this. All right. So that clearly hits. You do 2 points. Olmyx, nicely done. Nicely done. And that brings us to last but not least, Zax.
So Zax, with a very intimidating flourish in his battle cry, I'm attempting to maybe intimidate the one that's to my right, as well as hitting it. So I'm just trying to overwhelm it and hope that it'll turn and flee or something.
And remind me the name of this terrifying axe.
Oh yes, my axe, Coward Maker.
Coward Maker. Yes. So all right, let's see the deed die. All right.
All right, and then deed die rolls 3.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, my fumble die is going to be a D12, I think.
It already rolled it.
Oh, cool.
So
All
3 on the fumble table, which is not bad given what you're dealing with. What is result number 3?
Result number 3 on the fumble table is comes loose in my hand. I grab it. Oh, actually, I have a luck bonus of 1, so it becomes a 2. DC 10 reflex save, or I fall.
All right, let's see it. Nice. Nice. All right. I'm going to say that the magical fire was kind of all these guys needed to see to scare them off. And so after that crazy move from Zax the Mingle Warrior that they didn't understand at all, but still seemed somewhat terrifying, there was a lot of noise and flame and everything else. These guys decide to get out of Dodge while they can. And Yolana, you are no longer paralyzed.
I'd like to think I never was.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree.
Really
with
just
that.
a mindset.
Yep.
Right? Exactly.
Exactly. So one thing that you see, you can see on the map a little bit, is that you have a well, actually, let me let me wait. So Jim, you were originally going to be looking into the caskets. Is that still something you were
That is correct.
intent on doing? Because I interrupted you with a rat attack. Rat attack. All right.
I was gonna say.
So can you please make an intelligence check for me, Efu?
I'm sorry, what?
An intelligence check.
Wah, wah.
So
Seems pretty accurate.
oh.
Oh.
So you find some.
If you guys suddenly see me appear in her thing,
So you find some mummified corpses, but that's about it. You don't really find anything of value in there. One thing that you note, which is what I was going to point out before, in this, and you can see it in the map, is that these are double doors in front of you, but at the bottom of them are hinged bronze sheets that are 2 feet square. And you can think of these as kind of like a giant cat door almost. Like these are bronze cat doors or some kind of door that would let something go in and out of this door without opening the main door.
Rat doors.
Just a guess.
Yeah.
Are they big enough that we could fit through, Terry?
They're 2 feet by 2 feet. So it would be tough.
I get down on my hands and knees and poke my head through.
Okay. Yeah, so you poke your head through, and what you see is the following. All right, so you see a 30-foot hallway going down with a pair of similar double doors at the end of it.
That doesn't look suspicious at all.
Yeah. Ilana, do we want to shove the warrior out of the way and check these things before we just bash through them?
Not a bad plan.
All right, so tell me what you guys are checking specifically.
So I think the first thing I would check for, pardon me in my boots, I would be looking for any sort of pressure plates on the floor where walking on the floor might activate something.
Okay.
By, again, sticking your head through and then looking at the floor on that.
Okay. And what about you, Nabu? What are you looking for?
So on the actual doors, before we open them, is there any keyholes, or do these just seem to be like a regular door handle? Is the door locked?
Regular door handle, not locked. No
Okay.
keyholes on either side.
I'm gonna kind of check out the latching mechanism for the door.
Okay.
Just feel like if there's any extra, if it feels like there's any extra pressure on it, like pushing the lever of whatever sort it is would trigger something.
Okay, so you're gonna make a. All right, so both of you are gonna make a find traps roll. So Nabu, roll yours first, please.
Okay. Class. That's the button.
Nice. All right, so you don't seem to find any semblance of any kind of door-like trap at all.
Okay.
Ilana, can you please make your find trap check? And you said you were looking for pressure plates along the floor, is that right?
Yeah, basically I'm looking for things that would go off if the door were open. So by sticking my head into the doorway or through the rat door and then trying to press around or, examine around the creases and whatnot to see if those things if there's something that's going to activate if we step on it.
Understood. All right, let's see the roll.
See what happens.
All right, so that's a 21, but I'm going to be giving you a +5 because you were looking for the right thing.
Well, there we go.
And you do see a pressure plate on the middle square. So the square in front of the door is not, the square in front of the door seems okay, but that square halfway in, roughly 15 feet into the room, into the corridor, you can see signs of a pressure plate.
Got it.
We've got a bunch of dead bodies in here in caskets. We could always open the door, throw them onto the pressure plate to see what happens, close the door.
Sounds like a solid plan to me. My work here is done.
Yeah.
Also need an alarm, though, maybe?
It could be.
Say again, Haley.
Yeah, that's a good point, Haley.
I didn't hear you.
Haley's, yeah.
Could be an alarm.
Yeah. So once we're alerted that there's a pressure plate there, can I scoot through my head through the cat door, and look up at the ceiling above the pressure plate? Like lay down on my back and kind of slide in and see if
like a
there's
plumber
any...
under the sink.
Roll a D30 for me, Mike.
Oh man.
What is your find traps bonus?
My find traps bonus is
600.
7. Yeah.
7. All right. So that is actually good enough. So you
Okay.
Look up and you notice that the ceiling is a false ceiling, and it seems to be covered with a stone-colored fabric.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's an alarm. I think that something's going to fall out of the ceiling.
As soon as I hear that, I pick up a dead body, go to the door, throw it through.
Throw it through. All right. So the dead body.
As soon as I hear not alarm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give you a point of fleeting luck, Jim, because why not? That's using the environment.
That is decisive action.
Yes. All right. So you throw the body in there, and then you see these pendulum blades come swinging out of the fabric, and so if you can think their pivot point is directly above this square, and they're just swinging back and forth lengthwise in arcs in the corridor, and they would be cutting things to shreds, but their momentum slowly dies down as they swing, and they stop just hanging vertically down, and you have effectively disarmed the trap. Nicely done.
Can either of those, you said there were multiples of them?
Yeah, there were 3 blades.
I'm just thinking they look like halberds, so, Are they too big to carry around and swing, Mingle Warrior? Are you too weak to carry this?
Oh. All right, that's another point of fleeting luck right there.
They look inferior to the Widowmaker. The Coward Maker.
They are pretty big. You think the handles on them are about 20 feet long, judging. So it'd be interesting.
Okay, then I will start tiptoeing my way to the next set of doors, I guess.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. If you'd be so kind as to move your tokens where you'd like them to be.
And this is where the second trap, the real trap.
Yeah.
Aha! You say that like you know me, but I didn't write this one.
Yeah.
All right, Kaja, are you hanging back or are you moving?
No, I'm going to go ahead and move forward.
Okay.
And
It
also
just takes
because
her a long time.
And because you didn't write
There you
this one,
go.
I'm not going to worry about looking up.
Well, it's
you wanna
already been
move?
done. It's already been done. Looking up was done by Mike.
Okay.
I'm gonna, once we're moving into this room, I'm gonna do my same door handle check on this next one. Do they have the swinging doors as well?
Yep, same thing.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna pop my head through and see what's in the next.
Okay,
These
so
ones have guillotines.
Yeah.
all right, so let me.
This is a sweet map.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Stefan, did this. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's really, really gorgeous.
Yes, Haley, I know. You're looking right at me. We did the maps for Harley's thing last night. They look. If you guys, those of you who ran the tournament,
Yes.
we took all the artwork and put it into Roll20 for Harley.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Very
So
cool.
he's got the full map of the greatest thieves in the artwork that we did for the tournament.
Super cool. Super cool.
That's awesome.
I can't wait for those to become available, Jim. I will throw money at you.
Yeah, we're trying, man. We
All
are
right.
trying.
All right. So, Nabu, you poke your head through, and you see a tremendous chamber measuring perhaps 40 by 50, lying behind the second set of double doors. In the center of the room is a steel cage with bars running from floor to ceiling and measuring 30 feet wide by 20 feet deep. Resting atop a stone plinth in the middle of the cage is a closed steel box, the length of a human arm and half as high. 3 larger iron chests, each locked, lie on the floor around the plinth. A single door with a stout lock is set into the north side of the cage. North side of the cage, right? The floor of the chamber is littered with old bones and torn funeral shrouds. Moving about the litter are a number of humongous rats. So let me put those in there. We'll be rolling initiative. Actually, before you roll, let me clear out everything in the list, and then you guys can just roll initiative in a naked list, and hopefully that will solve our problems. So please roll initiative while I move tokens to the.
Haley, I'm just going to say, spell burning at this point is probably not, out of the question.
I don't have much to. I don't have spells that work well. Like,
Color spray would probably, one of the cones
yeah.
that's like 40 by 80, spray the room.
I destroyed an entire section of Lankhmar when Jen Brinkman was running it with a max level color spray.
You don't say.
Yeah. He says.
It's
Matter of
amazing,
factly.
Jeff. No one acted shocked when you said that.
All right, so it looks like I got everybody on initiative. So these guys were these rats were alerted to your presence. They were actually looking at the doors when you poked your head through, Nabu. So we're in initiative. We're going. You kind of hear a gasp from Nabul's axe, but you are first. What would you like to do?
Well, if I hear a gasp, I'll take that as it's on, and I'll charge through as far as I can go.
Let's say you can get to Giant Rat 11. Let's put you there. Get on down there. There you go. Perfect. All right.
And I am just with the momentum as I kind of swing around. I'm just going to try. I guess my D would just be kind of trying to pin it to the wall so it hits its mobility.
Okay. Nice. Let's see it. D die first, please.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the D, right? Roll 20's acting slow, but.
Ooh, looks good. All right, so that hits. And tell me how you decimate this giant rat.
So, yeah, between my blade, between the coward maker and the wall, I just kind of, you hear its bones crunch and it squeal as, I could pretty much sever it down the middle, one half of it on top of the axe, the other half falls to the ground.
Can you give us the squeal?
Whee!
All right, that's fleeting luck right there. All right, let's see here. All right, point of fleeting luck for that squeal. All right, next up is Omyx.
All right, I'm gonna walk in and let's see. Yeah, I think it is a good time for For color spray. God, I'm gonna have to burn everything to the ground.
Burn everything.
I'm gonna burn it all.
Ones across the board.
All right, so let's see. All right. All right, 10 points of strength.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Strength's overrated.
Yeah, we're not fighters.
5 points of stamina. I'm
Yeah.
burning it all down to 1. So
And Haley, do you have a patron? Like, one of the, not so much like a magical one, but one of the regular patron die patrons?
I do, yeah.
Because you can roll your patron die for a spell check increase as well.
I'm gonna give Tim some fleeting luck. I
That's
should
a
have been
really good
reminding you
idea.
guys
I don't know how to
about.
do that on Roll20.
So I will help you through that.
All right.
Does your patron help with spell checks? Remind me.
Yes. So if it's the regular patron die stuff, she would roll her patron die along with the action die.
No, that I know, Tim.
Oh.
I just know about. I don't know about Isaac. Can you look on your
Oh, it's like
It's in your background.
and see if expertise
Yeah.
is
Actually-
wizardry listed?
Oh, that's a good point. Let me get my character sheet up again.
Sorry, I'm trying to look through Roll20 and find stuff.
Oh, okay. It's just look at your character sheet at the front page. It'll say patron Isaac, and then I think rejuvenation.
Yeah, those skill ability check, protection, saving throws, expertise, rejuvenation.
But no wizardry.
No, yeah,
No
just
wizardry.
expertise.
So that can help your spell check. But
Alright.
I'm still giving Tim a fleeting luck for reminding about the patron die. I should have been doing that, Tim. That is my fault. Thank you.
Yeah, it was on my radar. It just hasn't come up yet.
Yeah.
So for
Right.
my character,
Yeah, I should have been pushing you guys to do
Haley,
that.
just burn them to 3s, not to 1s.
3s?
Burn them to 1s, Haley.
Okay.
You know, are you your own woman, Haley, or are you just gonna just
I am.
are you the kind of wizard that's just gonna do what you're told, or are you gonna
I feel
invoke
like you
the
guys
power of
want to
Isaac?
talk me into more trouble here. I'm gonna put the 3s. Alright, 2, 5, 8 plus another 8, plus another 7, 14. So 14, 19 points in spell burn.
Yes.
All right.
You only YOLO once.
All right.
Yeah. All right, and then with that, I will go to my spell book and. All right, I don't know how to add my spell burn to. Oh, my spell burn.
It'll
is right
come
there.
up. It'll come up. Yep.
Yeah.
Good lord.
she
All
outdid you.
right.
Wow.
Maximum color spray.
You only got a 42, Jeff. What's wrong?
Anyone in the room might not be doing too great.
Oh, but
And
that's
incredible
okay.
surge
Yep,
light.
that was the case
blasts
when I did
forth-
it.
Yeah, blast forth from the caster's fingertip. The spell creates an arcing pattern around the caster, forming a powerful rainbow shining down from the heavens towards the caster's fingers. The display of light is visible for several miles. All enemies within 200 feet of the caster's location are potentially affected. Creatures of 5 hit dice or less are affected automatically. All others on a failed save. Affected creatures take 2d6 damage and are knocked unconscious for 1d4 plus 1 turns, and awake blinded for another turn. Moreover, allies who see the display are awed and inspired and receive a +1 morale bonus to all attacks.
Wow.
roll.
It's only enemies. But
Yeah,
Nice.
yes, only enemies.
Nicely done. So they all get decimated.
That also means that every living creature within 200 feet, is that what it is
Yeah.
also taking that damage. So potentially the hordes of people upstairs in the temple are also
Oh,
dead.
Yeah, like the rest of the town too, maybe a little bit.
yeah, this
Gotta
was-
love white magic.
Yeah, one
Oh,
of
yeah.
those.
Wow. All right.
One of the demands was to do this without the wrath of the rat god, right? I don't know if we can go back to Lankhmar, guys.
So much for clandestine operations. All right. Well, nicely done, Omiex. You just eliminated all of the rats, and so now you guys are faced with this cage. There's a door up here on the north side, and there's the plinth in the middle. What would you like to do?
Inadvertently step into the wall. All right. All right. So, let's see if the door has locks that match those keys that. Sorry,
Afu has.
Jim. Yeah, Efu found.
All right. I'm giving you fleeting luck for that.
I'm sorry, which doors?
There's doors at the north side of the cage.
Yeah.
Or there's a big metal door. And so 2 hours ago, Efu found a pair of keys. So I'm gonna
make
help.
a pick locks check for me, please, Nabu.
Okay.
Assuming that Efu gave you those keys.
Oh yeah, as soon as he asks for them, you can have.
Yep. Okay.
But not the finger symbols.
Well, I don't feel that good about that number.
I'd give you luck if I had it.
Yeah.
Do I have luck? I have luck.
I've got luck.
I have two.
Here you go. Uno. A dos.
All right. And
Okay, I see 3 luck out there. 4 or 5.
and then for my own that I just put out, I get to roll the D5, right?
You're right.
Okay, so it's D5 plus 4. So, whoops, our D5 plus 4. It's an extra 8. That puts me at a 20. I feel good about a 20.
And you should. You easily identify that the brass key fits this lock.
Okay.
All right.
I guess before turning it, I'm gonna see if there's any. I'm gonna check the floor around the, or I check the actual like locking mechanism. See if there's any kind of pin trap or anything like that that might snap out of it.
All right, that is prudent. Go ahead and make a find traps check for me.
Man, I never get to play thieves. This is a blast. 17. I feel all right with the 17.
Yeah, so it's interesting. You do not find any traps per se, but you do seem to note as you're looking through things that if you had not used this brass key on this lock, there was some sort of magic trigger. You can't tell what it is, not being a wizard, but something would have happened had you not used the brass key on this lock. So you saved yourselves from that fate by doing so.
I will turn the brass key.
Okay, you turn the brass key, and the cage opens, and so you find yourselves in front of this plinth, and there are iron boxes.
Ironic, because I have an iron key.
Yeah. And Ilana, do you want to take a shot at the next set of seeing if there's anything weird with the plinth or anything?
Sure. Where are you actually at on the screen?
I'm at the
Very
top.
Up
Yeah,
the
so
top up
Nabu's
here,
up
like
here.
around here?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Are you seeing now?
Okay, so I think I'm. Well, like I said, so we've got how many iron boxes were there?
There's one smaller one, right? That's on
So-
like a plinth, and then 3 on the floor.
Right. So I'll read you the description again. So you find a stone plinth that has a closed steel box the length of a human arm that's half as high, and then around that plinth are 3 larger iron chests that are locked.
Okay. And taking a look around, we have the iron key. None of them have do any of them have an obvious keyhole without touching them?
Yes, the iron boxes have an obvious keyhole. The box on top of the plinth is unlocked, but it is bolted to the stone pedestal.
Do we want to dick around with the iron boxes, or do we just want to see if our hand is in the big stone box?
Let's confirm the hand first, and if we can pocket some gold on the way out, we do it.
So we say confirm by just popping the box open, check for traps, and pop it open?
Yeah, I think so. If it's
All right.
bolted down, I mean...
All right, so that's right here. I'd have to be right here to grab that box?
Yep.
Judge Terry?
Yep.
Hold on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move down here. I'm going to sheathe incisor. I'm going to take out the finger symbols.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
And if you're going to open that box, I'm going to start doing a
belly dance.
Oh man, here we go. Fleeting luck. All right.
I think Haley deserves one too for this.
Yeah, maybe so.
It's worth it just for that. I want that. I want a picture of that.
All right.
All right.
Okay, hang on. Let me give Haley some fleeting luck here, because
I'm going to go one better in front of my DCC book.
Oh.
No! Someone turn off his camera.
Oh.
I would also like to cast ventriloquism so that we can get a round of applause.
All right.
More
So
mesmerizing than the color spray. I
So-
can't look away from it.
Yolanda, you pop the box open and you find that there is a gold and bejeweled coffer inside the box that you can take out.
So another box inside the box?
That's right. It's not a 1, 2, 3 lock box, but there is a box within the box.
Nice. Little Sammy
Nice,
Hagar.
a little Hagar reference.
Thank
There
you,
you
thank
go.
It's the inception of coffers.
Right.
Who's got a top?
All right. We taking it out, kids, or are we just going to leave this here? There's more boxes to open up. Let's try a box before I take out the... Well, all right. You know what? We live once. I take out the box.
Take out the coffer.
Actually, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to open it. I'm going to try to open it.
Yeah, you
Can I
can
open
open it. You can open it for sure. And
I open it for sure.
all right. Inside
Is the monkey's paw the mummified hand?
is the
Oh.
hand that you have sought. So you have the hand that you have sought, and since we're reaching the end of session, I'm just gonna take over epilogue. So you guys have the hand. You managed to open those iron boxes. Those iron boxes have the first one has 5,000 iron teeth, which are sort of Ilthmar equivalents to Lankhmarian iron ticks. The second box has 2,000 copper sharks, and the third box has 2,500 silver rats and 500 gold fins. So you guys come out with a lot of coinage. You manage to take the hand, and thanks to the color spray, escaping is quite easy. As everyone on the top level is either blinded, unconscious, or completely dead. So getting out is no problem. You find a boat waiting for you. They saw this incredible light display that they associate with you. The sailors are more than happy to do your will. They've also heard about Yolanda's boots and are interested to inspect them further. And so you guys are able to sail back to Lankhmar and save the day. Well played, everybody.
Yay!
Excellent. Nice adventure by Michael Curtis. And again, folks, for those of you watching on Twitch, this is DCC Lankhmar number 11, the Rats of Ilthmar, that I think is going on sale as we speak in the Goodman Game Store or soon. And all of these beautiful assets that you have seen will also be available soon. I hope that you watching had even a fraction of the fun that I had running these amazing players for this adventure. So thanks a lot.
Thanks for running
everybody.
it, Terry.
Thank
Great
you,
job
Judge
as always.
Terry.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Hey.
All right,
And thanks